And good evening, Matador soccer fans. Kevin Strauss with James Jewett once again as Cal State Northridge heads deeper and deeper into the postseason. The Matadors tonight, probably their biggest match of the season, James. They venture up north to Harder Stadium here, Meredith Field at Harder Stadium to be exact, and what they dub Soccer Heaven as the 25th ranked Matadors take on the UC Santa Barbara Gauchos, the number 10 team in the country as of this week. And the Matadors and Gauchos doing battle tonight with a spot in the Big West Conference Tournament Championship on the line. That match will take place this Sunday at 2 p.m. And the winner here has got a good shot to host, as the other match in progress tonight, Davis at Irvine, goes on at the same time. We'll bring you updates from that one as well. I want to welcome in my broadcast partner, James Jewett. James, we came up today with a few of the players of the Matador team who were still in class this morning, and we got here to the field, had a lot of time to prepare. What did you see from them in the preparation? We were down on the field and really just trying to get loose, and what's it going to take for Cal State Northridge tonight to come out of Soccer Heaven with a victory?
Well, like you said, we came up with some of the Matadors, and in the van ride up, they seemed loose. They were messing with each other, batting each other around in the van, and they seemed like they're having fun, which is always the most important thing when going into a match of this magnitude, is just to be loose and execute your game. And while I was out down there on the field, they looked sharp. Smith was out there keeping his boys loose. I guess some of the leaders on the team were making sure that nobody was really getting in their heads too much and making sure everything was going to be left out on the field tonight. As far as what they need to do here tonight, Adam Hobbs is going to be a key player in this matchup. So everybody listen for the goaltender for the Matadors, Mr. Hobbs. The last time these two teams met, UCSB just pelted him with shots. They took a total of 22 shots on goal to CSUN's 9 in that match. They did lose the match 2-1. However, it was a very close match nonetheless. Adam Hobbs was able to make a lot of good saves, going through the air, left and right, getting his hands and mitts on a lot of balls that would have touched twine had he not been there. And unfortunately for the Matadors, the game ended on a bit of a sour note, but that's something they had to deal with and move forward, and now they're here, Harder Stadium, and they're going to get a rematch in the second round of the Big West Conference Tournament.
Well, you mentioned that last time out against the Gauchos. That one finished 2-1 at Matador Soccer Field. Sergei Levarie opened the scoring in the 6th minute. The Matadors held the lead all night until the 87th, when Peter Schmetz headed home a goal to tie it up from a free kick. And a little bit more on Schmetz. He will not be playing tonight. He had an injury towards the end of the season. They fear he's done for the year. Head coach Tim Baumsteeg for the Gauchos. Achille Campion put away a penalty kick with 8 seconds left in the first overtime. That's the second time in the last couple of years the Matadors have lost in overtime with seconds remaining on the clock to the Gauchos, and the Matadors will do all that they can to take one here from Harder Stadium. I've got a note before we go through the starting lineups and the national anthem here at the field. UC Santa Barbara enters this match on an 11-match unbeaten streak. They have 8 wins, no losses, and 3 draws over their last 11. You go back to last season, the last time that they started a season with 11 unbeaten, they were also 8-0-3. That 12th match was against Cal State Northridge here at Santa Barbara. The Matadors won on this field 1-0 last year. They're going to try to do something similar tonight with a spot in the Big West Championship on the line. The Matadors are the reigning champions, looking for an automatic berth to the NCAA tournament. The tournament kicks off, of course, next Thursday night is the first round. The Matadors trying to win some hardware before that happens. The championship game of this tournament is on Sunday. The selection show for the NCAA tournament is Monday morning, and we will actually have a viewing party on campus at the Pub Sports Grill. That is located in the University Student Union. If you'll join us out there, the show starts at 9 a.m. Pacific time. We'll be out there around 8:30. Pancake breakfast for all to enjoy. It is, I believe, a $5 ticket for a nice platter that the USU is setting us up with. And we'll take it in as a team and a community over at the Pub Sports Grill on campus. Be sure to join us for that. If you can't, tune in to NCAA.com on Monday morning, and we'll let you know exactly where they're headed.
I'm excited for the selection process. I mean, it's always fun to see how things play out. And then, of course, right after you see how they shape up, then starts all the talk. Yep. All the who's playing who matches up against who, what's going to happen. So it should be a lot of fun. I'm going to be there. Hope to see you guys there.
Yeah, the first match, as I mentioned, is on Thursday. The Matadors at this point look to be a lock to get into the tournament. I wouldn't venture to say that they're a lock.
Look to be a lock.
I wouldn't say that they're a lock to be a host team and have a home game on Thursday. They of course want to win every match they can. If they win tonight, they will play at least at home on Thursday. They could win on Sunday as well and get a first-round bye. That would be amazing for the team as they try to make a deep run in the playoffs and a shot at the College Cup. That in Philadelphia this season. We will take a pause right here. I want to double check they have the starting lineup right. They actually don't, so I'm going to go fix that and I'll be back. James, take it away with the starting lineups. And actually, instead of Marino Peixoto on there, it's number 15, Juan Samayoa.
Looks like Samayoa is stepping up once again. So for CSUN, the Matadors looking for a second Big West Tournament Championship here at Harder Field will be as follows. In goal, we already mentioned him, and his work is cut out for him tonight. He is one of our key players of the match. Adam Hobbs, number 0 between the pipes, or I guess within the woodwork, as it were, in soccer. And playing defense for him out in front is Minor Giron, number 5. Also with him, Trevor Morley, Patrick Hickman, and Tanner Snediger, number 22. Right in front of them in the midfield is Chris Smith, number 10, senior this semester, and one of the assist leaders for career points at the Cal State Northridge. Next to him will be 15, Samayoa, and of course, up there as well will be, it looks like, could this be a typo? We have Trevor Morley playing in the midfield tonight.
Well, he's definitely not in the midfield. He'll line up wherever he wants to. That'll be on defense. They've forgotten to mention Minor Giron. He's just still standing over there at the touch line waiting to be introduced. I'm sure he'll just run out for CSUN. Oh, they've got him now.
They got him. They got him. And moving forward on to the forwards for Cal State Northridge, number 7 and a senior as well, Beto Velasquez, number 7, up top with Edjuan Rivas. And of course they will be flanking number 18 and the man leading a lot of the scoring categories here, Segui Levari. And now for the UC Santa Barbara, they are ranked number 10 and this is their home field. So of course they get the song, they get the cheers, and they will also get announced by yours truly. Goalkeeper for the Gauchos, Josh McNeely, number 22. Playing defense for him is Kevin Garcia Lopez, Daniel Welsh, Duncan Backus, and Nick Depew. In the midfield for the Gauchos is Ada Karn Saferstein, Ismaila Jome, Fifi Baden, and Drew Murphy. Forwards for the Gauchos are as follows: Paul Eamon, number 4, Gofin Boyoku, number 23. Only 2 forwards up top for UC Santa Barbara.
I want to make a mention, I didn't want to cut you off, that Adam Karn Saperstein, I think his name's just a bit too long for our box score, is the issue that I'm seeing, at least what's in front of me. But as we mentioned, Peter Schmetz is not in this match. He had the goal in the 87th minute against the Matadors last time out, and so we'll see how Cal State Northridge can go against his defense. The big man in the back for UCSB, I believe he's 6'7" or so on the back line, Peter Schmetz.
Oh, absolutely. They like to stack him in the box for corner kicks for that exact reason. So perhaps the corner kick game will be something that the Gauchos will be trying to stop the Matadors from getting, as all teams do, but put extra emphasis on it tonight with that tower in the middle missing for them.
And we will take another look real quick, James, before we get started at the Big West Conference tournament. The Matadors advanced here with a win on Tuesday. That was 4-1 over Cal Poly to get a spot in the semifinals. UCSB is playing its first match. As they won the North Division, they earned a bye. The other match going on is the South champion UC Irvine hosting UC Davis, who beat Riverside on Tuesday. We'll take a pause for the national anthem and a little bit more about this tournament format on the Matadors Radio Network. Kevin Strauss with James Jewett. Don't go away. Welcome back, soccer fans. Kevin Strauss once again, James Jewett alongside me here at Soccer Heaven, Meredith Field at Harder Stadium, the site of the 2010 Men's College Cup. The UC Santa Barbara Gauchos won the national championship in 2006. They were also the runner-up in 2004. A lot of soccer history here in the Central Coast for the Gauchos. The Matadors looking to put a stop to an 11-game unbeaten streak. The winner of this match will go on to the Big West Conference Championship on Sunday afternoon. Something about UCSB in this competition, which has been in existence since 2009, James. The Gauchos have made 4 appearances. They are 3-0-1 all-time in the semifinals. They have not been defeated. That one draw actually advanced on penalty kicks. So each time they've played in the competition, they've made it to the championship game. However, they only have one victory in the championship, 1-3 all-time, all 3 times losing to UC Irvine. The Matadors, on the other hand, have made the Big West tournament for the 3rd time in their history, the 2nd in a row. Cal State Northridge is 2-1 all-time. They won in the semis in the championship last year. They lost in 2009 here to UCSB. This is the 2nd time these two teams have met in this competition. The Matadors looking for a better result. We mentioned they beat them on this field last year. It was the first time since 1999 that happened. The Matadors will get the opening kick here at Harder Stadium, wearing all white, moving from left to right. You can also follow this game, fans who want to clue you in on a last-minute edition. This game will be broadcast on BigWest.tv. Head over to GoMatadors.com, click on the men's soccer schedule. You'll find a link to a video broadcast for free, and you'll see the Matadors moving from left and right wearing all white. The Gauchos moving right to left wearing all blue. James, take it away with the play-by-play.
We are moments away from kickoff. The Matadors emerge from their circle just beyond midfield. Sagi Levari leads his team up to the center, and his presence caused some of the Gauchos to leave, and now they are set up in proper position around the mid-circle. Sagi Levari along with Chris Smith shaking hands, getting ready to get this match underway. The anticipation throughout the crowd can be felt, and the game is now underway. Cisun drops it back and immediately puts it in the air, searching for Rivas down the field. Now, Giron going to work against one of the Gauchos as it trickles out of play. First throw-in of the game. Giron will take it for the Matadors. He puts it into play. He will find Rivas right about center. Pushes it back onto Chris Smith, near midfield. It goes even further back to Snedeker. Snedeker goes right back to Smith. Smith is dispossessed once he touched it. Now it's on the foot of number 4, Paul Eamon, for the Gauchos, and he tries to push it forward. It's across the midfield line, looking for number 23, Gofin Boyoku. He is dispossessed by Morley, and Morley will switch it back on through Hobbs.
And the Matadors, again, formation-wise, have Levari up top and the 2 forwards on the wing, Rivas and Velasquez to his left and right, respectively. In the midfield, Tercius and Smith, and Samayoa as well, playing more of a triangle pattern. The back line, Giron is the left back. Next to him is Snedeker in the middle. And then Morley in the middle, then Hickman and Snedeker out wide right as the Matadors move back to the offensive zone with Beto Velasquez.
Beto able to get a quick turn on his defender, number 8, Duncan Backus, and he got some space momentarily as he tried to find Tercius on this near side line. It went off of his foot, a little too hot to handle, will roll out of bounds and will be a throw into the Gauchos. That same man, Backus, steps forward to take it, and he tries to put it in onto Eamon. Eamon able to get it onto 15, Jome taking on Snedeker, Smith, and soon to be Morley, and he's still with the ball after he dangles past a few. And finally, he's taken down. Beto Velasquez stepping forward, trying to play some D, and he will not draw the foul, but he will be the committer. Going down was Jome, and it will be a free kick on the near side of the field. That is the left if you are looking at Cisun's net. The Gauchos with the free kick just outside the box.
Murphy over it with Eamon as well. It'll be swung towards the right post. It's headed out of the way actually by a Gaucho up to Beto, and Beto tries to find Levari. It's stolen away by the Gauchos, but sent all the way back to number 5, Fifi Baden, who's playing as a center back here. He's usually a defensive midfielder, but with Schmetz out, they want the captain back there, and the ball's up on the right side with Eamon. He's going to try to cross it, and it's into the middle, and stumbling over the ball. I can't get that number for UCSB. The Gaucho fans wanted a penalty, I believe. It looked to be number 6, Danny Welsh. But anyway, the Matadors have got the ball the other way, and it's with Chris Smith on the left side.
Right, good play there by Hickman, able to get his body in front of Welsh and the ball, stopping it for momentum. Right now, we have a cross into the box to Segui Levari from the outside. Rivas, that pass didn't exactly connect, and it ricocheted out onto the near side line. Beto picking it up, going on through Snedeker. Snedeker now in an attack triangle with Beto and Chris Smith. He deviates from the plan, switching it on to Samayoa in the midfield, who lets it go through to the captain Morley.
Well, Morley still got it back, moving towards his defensive half now as the Matadors reset. We are over 3 minutes into this match. No score from UCSB. A chip up to Levari. Levari's got it towards the box. He chests it just a bit too far in front of him, and it will be collected by the keeper, freshman number 22, Josh McNeely for the Gauchos, and he will distribute out towards his left to Nick Depew.
It's good to see that the fans here aren't really, they're not angry. They're not rooting for the Matadors to lose heinously. Of course, they're rooting for them to lose and their Gauchos to win. But after that play, you got a nice applause from all the fans here at Harder Field. So they're really good sportsmanship all around here tonight. As now the back line for UCSB has it. They're looking for a way to break the CSUN trap, and it's not looking too bright for them so far. So they go into the air searching for number 23, Boyoku, who is met there by Giron from behind. They tangle up, and Giron is now on the turf, and he looks to be in a bit of discomfort. The referee is now checking on him, and of course Boyoku making sure that his competitor is all right.
Well, they've stopped the clock momentarily. 40 minutes and 59 seconds left as Giron is getting looked at by the center official tonight, and he looks to be all right. He gets back up, maybe just a knock to the head a little bit. But a throw-in coming up for the Gauchos in the offensive zone. They play it short, looking for Garcia Lopez, who's up from his his right back position. He kicks it off of Edwin Rivas and out for a UCSB throw.
They put it right back in, finding number 4 right there, surrounded by a number of Matadors, so he's forced to get rid of it quickly, intercepted and gone back to the keeper, Hobbs. Hobbs not choosing to use his feet rather than his hands, and he'll send it forward, looking for Chris Smith. That pass intercepted there by number 7 coming forward, Drew Murphy, able to get one touch on it, but that one touch sent the ball too far for him to regain possession, and it was sent right back out and out of bounds on the opposite side of the field now in Gaucho territory, where they will have the throw-in trying to get across the midfield line.
Seems to be a slower pace starting this one, James, than we saw on Tuesday against Cal Poly. The Matadors, of course, scored 37 seconds into that one, just flying up the field. The Gauchos have had the better spell of possession so far, but they haven't really sent the ball in any danger. Just that one early that Hobbs was able to collect in the scrum as Matadors win a free kick after a foul by Boyoko. And Hickman will take it, play it short to Morley. He's got loads of time and space in front of him.
And looks like Morley's sporting a haircut for tonight's game. I almost didn't even recognize him without his flop going on.
Yeah.
Looking fresh, as are the Matadors here in the opening half of the first half. Now, crisp pass from Smith on to Beto. Beto tries to funnel it through, searching for a streaking Tercius. That pass intercepted by the Gaucho backline, but once again intercepted as they try to gain possession. Rivas trying to grasp the ball and just couldn't get it before it went out of bounds. It will be a throw-in to UCSB.
We are in the 6th minute of play here, still no score. Once again, you can follow this live stats and a free video broadcast as Giron tries to switch the field to Beto, and Velasquez has it taken away. The Gauchos going the other way with Jome, one of the top freshmen, I believe freshman of the year in the Big West Conference. If he wasn't, he got my vote. The Gauchos have switched the field out right, looking for Garcia Lopez, who's listed as a defender but is playing more of a right wing, and it goes long. The Matadors have a throw at midfield.
And Giron puts it in for Rivas. Rivas spins, shaking off Garcia Lopez, and he is then met by a number I can't grasp, but he was met by him in a blue jersey, forced to go backwards. They're now on the back line. Hickman with the ball looking forward. Doesn't like what he sees, so he goes on through to number 22, Tanner Snedeker. Snedeker sifts one through onto Tercius. Tercius with a bit of contact from behind. Number 5 came up. Fifi Baden gave him a bit of a, just a little body maneuver, trying to get him off the ball. He went down, and the Matadors draw the foul.
A free kick coming up here. A long way from goal and really close to the touchline, right in front of us here in the commentary box at the top of the stands. A lot of fans here. You're not seeing them on the video is because they're all on the near side, camera side. Students to our left and family members in front of us. The Matadors seating section is on the opposite side that you're seeing on your screen. As Beto Velasquez lines up a cross, sends one towards the box. It's chested down in the box by the Gauchos. Miter Giron with a shot, and more hopeful than anything as he skies it towards the concession stand, and out of play for a goal kick. 37.5 minutes to play here at Harder Stadium in the first half.
And Josh McNeely, looking forward, trying to make something of what his players have given him, chooses to go outside wide on through Drew Murphy, who is forced to come right back. He switches the field over to number 21 on that squad, Nick Depew, who goes aerial assault style across the midfield, looking for Jome, not finding him, finding Snedeker instead. Snedeker heads it down, and the blue jerseys are able to pick up that ball. Garcia Lopez heading it on back to his D-line, who once again goes through the air, trying to find and really get anything going. But the Matadors, I guess, they're playing a strong defensive style right now. They're playing more, I'd say, a trap style, as they're trying to come into the zone. And they're giving the passers space. They're giving the defenseman on the back line space to make a pass. Of course, they're not very comfortable making these passes because they know the Matadors are there to anticipate. And with the numbers they have back, it's more likely than not that they will, if not intercept the ball, immediately dispossess the man who receives it.
Well, they play it short, and now a long cross coming from the top right, floating towards the box, headed down by the Gauchos, but a foul called on UCSB. I believe that was number 8, Duncan Backus, going up and over the top of Trevor Morley. So a foul called, and the Matadors have the free kick. Hobbs takes it immediately and sends it all the way down to his counterpart, McNeely, at the other end. And his teammates not too happy about that, but the Matadors will have to get back defensively here and put some pressure on.
And once again, with the two forwards forward for UCSB, they try to go through the air. Getting a touch on it was number 23, Boyoku, and saving it from going out of bounds was Garcia Lopez. He saved it right on through to Adam Hobbs, and Adam Hobbs gives it on to Hickman. Hickman right back to Hobbs, as the Matadors look to get things going, moving forward with 35 left to play in the first half.
Giron's got it on the far side, now back to Morley. Morley trying to find some time here as he switches it right in front of us to Beto. Beto leaves it for Snedeker. Snedeker working against Jome. Jome chests it down. A big frame there in Ismail Jome. The Matadors win the ball. Chris Smith. And here's Beto Velasquez trying to touch it on for Snedeker. It wasn't that well played. And the Matadors lose possession at the top of the 18. That is with Nick Depew.
Nick Depew tried to go out to Jome, who was streaking and had space because Snedeker was down in the offensive zone. Smith getting hang time, chesting it down right back to him, and the Matadors are now back into defensive position as number 8 switches it on through to number 5. That is Fifi Baden, and he tries to go forward through Jome. Snedeker once again shuts the door on that attack. Patrick Hickman picks up the pieces, gets it on through to Smith, and Smith going in the air trying to find Beto Velasquez on this near side touchline. It was just too far for him to make the run, and out comes Josh McNeely to pick up the ball and slow things down for the Gauchos.
We're in the 11th minute of play now. Something also that I haven't seen, James, from Tuesday is switch. The Matadors are not putting on that trap defense where they swarmed the back line of Cal Poly early and often, and they made a lot of runs, got caught offside 15 times in the match. They're not doing that against Santa Barbara. They're working more with a measured approach and trying to break down this defense as Levarie chases the keeper. McNeely has to play it short, and now the pressure's turned on.
Now that it's turned on, slipping Sagi Levarie's pressure was the back line, and now they're moving it forward, trying once again to go through the air. That's been shut down for the past 5 minutes by the Matadors, and they're comfortable to see that ball go into the sky as it comes forward. Now trying to do the exact same thing are the Matadors, searching for Beto once again, unable for him to get it, and the ball battled between Smith and number 7, Drew Murphy, and eventually Murphy touches it out of bounds. Matador throw-in.
Something to watch for, James, is Beto Velasquez. He had the only goal against UCSB last year, and it came on this close right side on a similar play where they keep trying to go over the top to him. And maybe they're trying the same thing that worked last year. They chip into Beto now, and he's just offside. His shot anyway went well over and towards where Giron's ended up, but he was a step off anyway. So Matador's first real chance there is called back for the offside whistle, and a free kick coming for Santa Barbara.
Well, Kevin, if you and I learned one thing from last match at Matador Field, was that it didn't matter how many times they went offsides. When it finally worked, Sagi Levarie, who was the man who received the pass, was so open, and it was a one-on-one with the keeper, that he really couldn't miss. It was a goal from then on. So 15 tries to get one goal? I don't know. You at home do the math. Is that worth it? It could be.
It worked. I think it worked 3 of the 4 times came from when the Matadors timed their run just right. As Boyoko's got it, he's working against Hickman, and 3 Matadors swarm him and take the ball away. Tercius now. So it worked a few times against Cal Poly. You just make the run one time as long as you're able to hold serve on defense, and it could work out for you. But it's not the style that UCSB plays. They're much more, I just keep using the word measure, they're much more disciplined at the back, and they've got a really great counterattack, so you can't afford to not get a perfect ball sent in. As Matadors still have it at the back with Morley. He's going to send it long upfield for Levari, and it's going to go all the way to the keeper, McNeely.
Well, probably Segui Levari and Coach Davila reading that defensive style by UCSB. Is that pass we just saw going through the air from the midfield to Segui was one last game where we would have saw Segui make a sprint for it, but instead he held up looking for them to fumble the ball and possibly get better position with the ball off of their mistake rather than taking a chance going forward. Ball now in the midfield. Samayoa has it. He has space, a bit of pressure from behind coming from number 23. That is Gofin Boyoku. The pressure was too much, and he switched back onto the defense. Morley onto Hickman. Hickman looking forward. He has options in Chris Smith and Snedeker. He chooses to go up in the air onto Beto, trying to make magic happen once again. Beto gets a step, tried to make a spin around his defender, number 8 on that squad, Duncan Backus. And Backus held strong with him, and the ball trickled out of play off Beto's foot. Throw in, and the play has been reset, and now with Fifi Baden coming out of bounds, and it is off Fifi Baden. Throw into the Matadors, and Snedeker steps forward to take it.
Well, a quick update from Irvine. The Gauchos lead UC Davis 1-0, 13 minutes into that match. If the Matadors win and Irvine wins, the championship will be down at UCI. If the Matadors win and Davis wins, the championship will be at CSUN. The ball played in towards Edwin Rivas. First time the Matadors have had it in the box. He tries to chip one. It's blocked away by his defender and cleared out of danger all the way up to Boyoko. He's trying to find Kevin Garcia Lopez on the overlapping run, and Morley is there to step a foot and at least allow the Matadors defense to reset.
And there was that counterattack you were talking about, trying to set up. Good defense there by Morley as well as Giron to tie up the man, not giving him space to move. Now Segui Levari with a tricky pop, trying to go over the top of the defensive line. They read that one perfectly as they came back to get it. Segui Levari determined to get this ball back. Sliding effort to stop the pass from going out. He got all of the ball, and it will go off of him deep in the territory of the Gauchos on that far side of the field, and it will be a throw-in.
So we approach 15 minutes gone by here at Harder Stadium. Still no score here on the Matadors Radio Network. Kevin Strauss with James Jewett for this Big West Tournament semifinal match. CSUN against Santa Barbara. The Matadors number 25 in the country. The Gauchos number 10. A loss here for Northridge wouldn't necessarily mean their season is done. There's still the NCAAs to think about with the tournament draw on Monday as Northridge loses the ball out of bounds and a throw-in for the Gauchos.
Gauchos, number 8, puts it back in, finding Jome in the middle. Jome trying to shake off Snedeker, Beto, and Samayoa. He gets it on through, and now he gets the one-touch pass back to him. 15, Jome stepping forward, rip, and it will sail wide. Good defense there by Trevor Morley coming forward, and it looked like he got a piece of it. Referee ruled otherwise, goal kick, and Adam Hobbs comes out, but that was a little bit too much room for comfort for the Matadors defense, and it's a good thing the captain stepped forward and made that play.
Yeah, I thought it hit off of Trevor Morley too, and that's what sent it wide. But they rule a goal kick, so the Matadors will get a reprieve here.
Hobbs gets the ball airborne up into the offensive zone, nails the Gaucho right in the face. He drops back to the turf, but now it's moving the other way. Gauchos with possession of it momentarily. That pass is out of bounds. Thrown to the Matadors, and it will be an offensive attack starting from as far back as you can possibly go, with exception for the keeper. Hickman looking forward. He's got Beto. He's got Tercius. He has Smith uncharacteristically high up, trying to get the Gaucho defense out of position, and it almost worked. Good read by the Gaucho defender as he got back, picking up that streaker in Smith. And the ball's out of bounds and will be thrown in by the Gauchos in this near side corner. Looks like we have numbers in white moving forward, trying to contain the ball in that corner, giving them the maximum opportunity to regain possession. Gauchos go over the top, and a whistle is blown. It will be a free kick to the Gauchos, perhaps a small foul in that scrum, and the Gauchos get an opportunity to get something going offensively.
Yeah, it looked like Hickman just had an arm around the midsection of Boyoko when the ball came to him. So a good call there by the referee, and the Gauchos move it quickly, coming across the offensive part of the field looking for Joan, but it's taken away by Snedeker, and Hickman will try to play one up. The Matadors look to trying to just chip everything up and over the Gauchos.
And it's on to Smith. Smith, great work to get it away. Oh, forearm shove, number 4, ironically. Paul Eamon gave Snedeker a shove to the turf. Foul call and good call. Had to be called. Reset play. CSUN Matadors with the ball. Now Rivas getting around one defender, looking to work on another. Rips a shot, and he skims the crossbar. It goes off the top into the crowds. And that will be... Well, that won't be... I don't know. That's not a shot on goal. So it's not
a shot on goal.
It's not the first shot.
Well, it's a shot, but not the shot on goal. No save. It did hit the crossbar and go out for a goal kick. That looks to be where the space is for the Matadors, right up the middle. They're more of a team that likes to play wide and then find some space with a cross. But without Schmetz in the middle, the Gauchos seem to be vulnerable right there in the right back position. And looks like the Matadors are going right back towards it. Minor Giron on a long run. He's got Tercius ahead of him. He's going to try to chip one in, but it's knocked out by Fifi. Fifi's been everywhere. We saw him as a center back, and now he's a right midfielder at the moment.
Well, he's a smaller man, so he's got speed, and he comes around. He's able to sneak up on those players that have the ball and cause some havoc for him. As the ball now going up into the sky, searching for Gofin Boyoku. It goes over the top of him. Good D by Trevor Morley. Ball now with Hobbs. Hobbs pushes it up to Samayoa, who goes on through Morley. Far side of the field looking forward, trying to get across midfield. Still with possession is Morley. Didn't like what he saw up top and swings it on back through to Hickman. Hickman just gives it the boot, searching for Segui Levari, and the Gauchos once again shut that aerial assault down. Now number 4 with the ball. He was in the center. Prime super strike territory. He'll switch it out to Jome. Now the blue numbers are mounting in white territory. Jome crosses it in low. Good defense by the Matadors. Sliding in there was Patrick Hickman. Getting it outside. Beto Velasquez moving forward. Trying to do tango with a couple of Gauchos. He's met at midfield and dispossessed. It moves backwards into the zone. And the defensive line for CSUN will clean it up.
Well, the live stats here show a shot on goal and a save by McNeely on the last one by Rivas, but it definitely didn't hit the keeper for 2 reasons. 1, it hit the crossbar. 2, if it hit the keeper, it would have been a corner kick, and that definitely did not happen, so we'll have to see if those stats are reversed. But for right now, McNeely has an unearned save on the sheet as the ball goes all the way back to him and sent out through Nick Depew on the left side.
Depew looking forward. In support of him is Backus, and of course Jome up top. He will go on through Backus and straight to Jome. Jome steps through Beto Velasquez, shoving number 22 Snedeker off the ball, and his strong body position got him some room to maneuver, dropping it off for number 4 Paul Eamon, who switches on to the far side to Garcia Lopez. Garcia looking for the 1-2 from Boyoku. Doesn't get it, but Boyoku in the box, stepping more and deeper, further in on the cross, unsuccessful. He now has to restart play and pick up the pieces, but the Gauchos have successfully condensed the Matador defense into their box and around it. And now let's see if they can penetrate.
A foul on the Gauchos as it's running out of bounds. The Matadors would have won a goal kick, but they're going to whistle the foul on that Gaucho midfielder that ran all the way upfield against Giron. But a good job by the defense of CSUN there to win the ball back from the Gauchos, and it was really dangerous for Boyoko in the box. Morley did a good job to turn his back and block it down, not get caught on the handball. As Giron plays a through ball looking for Levari. Levari's got it on the left side. He's got Velasquez coming through the middle. The chip is knocked out by number 8 Backus, and Beto was right there. If that had found him a step later, he would have been right on top of it.
That ball was cleared out of bounds. It's on the far side line. Put back into play, straight on through to Rivas. Rivas drops it on back. And a rip shot. Super strike territory will sail over the top of the net. That was from Samayoa from a good 35, 40 yards away from the keeper. And that will be the second shot for the Matadors. Neither of them on net, but still 2 shots are better than no shots. As the Gauchos moving forward now, going on through Backus. Backus switches it on to number 3 on that squad, Kevin Garcia Lopez. And now it's on to Fifi Baden. Fifi Baden just outside the box, puts it back to his keeper McNeely, and McNeely will switch it out to his right side defender. he kind of gave a signal there, and it will send number 7 in motion. That pass is intercepted by Rivas. Rivas has Segui, Leverie, Beto Velasquez, and Samayoa is the trailer. Funnels it on through and ripped a shot from Segui, which once again, that is the third shot towards goal. It went over the top, and looks like CSUN are mounting. They are moving towards the net, making McNeely nervous getting shots. And that's a positive sight as we have 22:35 left to play here.
Yeah, Leverie on that last one got there a little bit too early, and it came off the outside of his foot, and he really got under it there. He'll want more control on that, but seeing that the last 3 times Matadors have gone to the exact same spot and ripped a shot, it has to be positive for CSUN as Jom is working against Snedeker on the left side. He's got some room to work. Step over here and tries to cross, but Tanner is up to the challenge, blocks it out. And a throw-in coming up near that left corner. Jom is over the ball. I don't know if he's just going to drop it off for number 8, Duncan Backus. Backus is coming up, and yes, he will take the throw-in. Jom, a tall target for the Gauchos. They'll want him to head towards the box. As Backus is going all the way back to the gate to see if he can launch one towards goal. He sends one low for Boyoku, and it's kicked out by Chris Smith. A foul called. Even though the ball went up to Leverie for the Matadors, and he might have had a run on goal there, they're going to call a foul for I believe a high boot on Boyoku when he was trying to corral that loose ball.
I think the referee staff here is over-anticipating, if I may.
Well, rather than let the advantage play out, they're calling the foul right away. It was a foul. It's a good call in terms of the rules, but a lot of times you see that advantage play out until there is no advantage.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The quick whistles are here to keep control of the game, as I'm sure the referees came into this anticipating and knowing it's a huge game. Players are going to want to win, so they're going to do everything they can to do it. And that would probably mean a lot of fouls, a lot of, potential sloppy play. So they're trying to keep control of it. Smith, now with the ball, kind of got the hip check from number 21, who got body position as the ball trickled out of play, getting his body in front of Chris Smith. Nick DePue. And that ball will roll out of bounds and will be a throw into the Matadors. Tanner Snedeker steps forward to take it.
We'll see if Snedeker's going to drop it for Beto, and he does, running towards the end line on the right side.
And that should be
it looks like a goal kick, maybe hit off of Beto before running over the end line. We're kind of shielded here. The large commentary box cuts off the corners at the field. But they're setting up for a goal kick, so I can only assume that Beto kicked it over the line.
Well, here it comes. He plays it short once again. McNeely's been favoring his right side defender to get things going. He'll send it up into the air. Boyoku not able to get his head on it. Matadors with possession. Samayo and Boyoku going at it. Boyoku getting the best of that exchange, and now Paul Eamon picks it up. Trailer coming in, drops it off for Garcia Lopez. Garcia Lopez, good maneuver, moving in towards the box, tries to funnel it on through to Boyoku. It's knocked down now outside the box and kicked out of play. Coming back from his offensive side was Beto Velasquez, able to stop that attack from mounting.
We've got under 20 minutes left to play here in the first half at Harder Stadium. Still no score. Big West Conference Tournament semifinal match as Jom tries to work 3 Matadors, ends up pushing Chris Smith to the turf, and a free kick coming up for CSUN. And Duncan Backus keeps dribbling the ball back to midfield, wasting a few seconds off the clock, but no harm, no foul here. No cards yet in the match for either side. A look again at the UC Irvine game. The Anteaters lead Davis 1-0. That game is in the 19th minute of play.
All right, that last foul, of course, on Jome. Of course, he was taking on 3 defenders, so you really can't blame him for getting physical in that corner. So now the ball is in midfield. Stepping forward is Morley. Morley quickly backpedaling as the pressure from Fifi Baden came forward. Tried to chip it over the top and find Garcia Lopez. Meeting him was Minor Giron, sending that ball out of play. And right about midfield will be a Gaucho throw-in.
Well, it's up and off of Samayoa here. Fernando trying to work against Eamon and kicked it out. Another throw near the CSUN bench. Going down towards the corner, and a nice overhead kick by Giron to send it back towards the midfield line. Heads around now and up to Hickman. That's up to Leverie, and now to Tercius. Tercius on the run. He's got 2 men in front of him that he's got to work against. He's going to pull out of that real quickly. Send a through ball in for Rivas. Rivas' shot is saved momentarily by McNeely. Then McNeely jumps over it, and he does not lose it over the end line. I thought for a second it rolled out. But a nice play there by Tercius to drop it for Rivas. Rivas' shot, a fine save by McNeely at the right post, and we're still scoreless.
Jome with the ball now, working on Snedeker. He's looking to get repayment, getting a little revenge for his goaltender McNeely after that shot. Kind of made him nervous. Looks like we have a man who's been stripped. That is Boyoku by Patrick Hickman. Hickman trying to move the ball forward. The Gauchos came together as a defensive unit, stopping him. Now it's in midfield. Some play. Players going to the turf. Now it has on the ball. Tercius going to work against one of the Gauchos. Things have picked up here on UCSB's home field, as now it's on the right back. Of course, he will be slowing it down and puts it up in the air, looking for Boyoku once again. Met there by Trevor Morley, and his pass, searching for number 4, Paul Eamon, was a little bit too far in front of him. It will trickle out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in for the Matadors.
And some subs coming in for Cal State Northridge. Brian Barad, number 9, and Nico Camacho in for Rivas and Tercius. The Matadors getting a little smaller and a little faster in the midfield and at the top. Under 17 minutes left in this first half. Season with the ball on the near side, Tanner Snedeker.
He's calling for some support, and he will get it through Camacho. And Camacho comes forward, and it's not able to get to him. Intercepted. Now the Gauchos going the other way. Jome on the near sideline, moving towards the corner. He had space until Hickman took it away in a sliding effort to send it out of bounds. Once again, the Gauchos had space, and it was quickly taken away by the boys in white. They're doing a good job of getting people back, trying to limit the amount of shots UCSB is getting, as they're a team that likes to rip.
And a couple of subs coming in for UC Santa Barbara now as Boyoku and Eamon are off. And checking in, number 12, Charlie Miller. And we'll see who else is coming in. Well, we'll get that anyway. I thought they had 2 subs that were looking to come in. Marshall Caceres comes in, and Paul Amon is out. Anyway, a corner kick coming up for the Gauchos after Snedeker loses it over the end line. Number 7, Drew Murphy, will step over the ball. It's on the left corner flag, and he's going to swing one in with the left foot towards the top of the box. About 5 Gauchos there running towards the goal mouth area, headed out by Samayoa to the top of the box. Garcia Lopez has it, now back to Murphy. Murphy on the left foot is going to cross one in again. That one is headed down this time by Camacho and cleared out long by Minor Giron all the way over the midfield line back to Fifi Baden.
And there he is again, Fifi Baden, working all sorts of duties tonight, picking up the long ball off of the clearing attempt, getting in the mix in the midfield as the ball goes out of play just past the midfield line in the defending territory of the Matadors, attacking Gauchos. And they'll put the ball back into play. They get it to Garcia Lopez. He's quickly collapsed on by 3 Matadors. Ball is up and still in contention, able to spin away with it. Camacho trying to find something, trying to find some room to breathe. He eventually gets poked. The ball comes out, picked up by number 28, Tercius, who finds Chris Smith in the middle. And Chris Smith slows down the play for the Matadors, giving it on through to Patrick Hickman. Hickman gives it on to Snedeker. Snedeker has Brian Barat on the near side. Smith in the middle. Hickman in support. He'll go to Hickman in the back line. Hickman now, the Matadors have moved all the way back to their own box before Hickman has gone into the skies searching for Levari. And that play was read by the Gauchos. Fifi Baden, no other man for the job. And it's now on his foot once again, looking around, trying to get something going for his team as he's been doing a lot defensively. Can he get it going offensively? His pass on through and intercepted by the Matadors. One touch pass between Samayoa and Camacho is read once again by Fifi Baden, getting his foot in the middle, and the ball will go out of play. Referee rules it a Gaucho throw-in, and they will pick up from just past midfield.
Well, here's something interesting, James, as the Gauchos have the ball here and a foul called on the Matadors, a free kick coming up. It looks like a trio of subs getting loose for CSUN, including number 24 freshman forward Carlos Gonzalez. I haven't seen him make an appearance in quite some time. He did score in the Big West Conference semifinal last season against Cal Poly. That was his first collegiate goal. He's a big forward up top. So the Gauchos take this free kick and try to chip one in. It goes all the way to Hobbs easily, and the Matadors will regroup now at the back.
And if you've been calling these games a long time, Kevin.
2 years now.
2 years. That's
not too long, but enough to
longer than I.
Yeah.
So what do you think it means when Coach Davila is calling on a freshman who hasn't played much in a big game such as this?
Well, that's the thing. He didn't play much last year until that match against Cal Poly, and he came in and put that game away with a second goal. The Matadors won that match 2-0. So he is seeing something here with the defense, and he's playing to his strengths. He's got the cards in the deck and knows, this kid can win the ball up top. He's like Leverie in that he's big and he can shield the ball. Let's put him out there and give him a shot. There's 12 minutes and change left in the first half, and see if he can make a difference. And you roll the dice, and it works out and you're a hero, or it doesn't work out and it's still scoreless.
Well, now the ball is with Segui Leverie coming across midfield, trying to siphon it on through to number 14 Camacho streaking. That play broken up by the Gauchos, out of bounds off a Matador throw in, back into play now. Getting some good body position is one of the Gauchos freshly into this match. And that's number 12 Miller, as the play eventually blown down. Will be a foul in favor of the Matadors. They've been awarded the free kick, and the captain, Mr. Morley, is stepping forward to take it. He's looking forward. He has Segui Leverie trotting towards the top of the box. Barad and Rivas flanking him on the outside, and he'll go short on through Giron in his defense, and Giron will try to hit Rivas on the far side.
Well, it looks like that's Velasquez on the far side as Barad came into the near right. I think Rivas was subbed off before, but they're playing one up the right side, looking for a running Barad who's going against Bacchus, but McNeely off his line to collect that one at the top of the box. 11 and a half to play here in the first half, still scoreless. This one will probably be decided by the first goal, 1-0, 2-0 by the end, but I don't think that there's going to be a large outpouring of goals here.
Well, you never know.
Yeah.
Freshman number 24 coming in.
We'll see. The foul's called on the Matadors in front of the midfield line. A free kick coming up for UCSB. Still a long way from goal, and they'll try to float one, I would think, towards the left side of the box.
And this is one of those plays where their center back would have been a great addition to the box. His name escapes me right now. Schmetz, yes. The height of Schmetz would have been would have drawn defenders towards him. Ball goes up, getting his head on it. That was Miller sending it towards Hobbs. Hobbs collecting the ball, and now he's looking to possibly maybe just faking the counterattack. No, he wanted the counterattack. He's signaling his boys that he wanted a moving going forward. He has to settle for the high ball. Lands near Leverie, number 21, Depew, getting his head on it. Now more bodies collide and clash. No foul as Garcia Lopez is down. Ball coming into the box. Barad with it. Barad has no support. Trailers coming in, trying to get there in time as his cross came down. Batted out by the Gauchos. And now it's back up near midfield. Whistle is blown down as the advantage has come to fruition. And now the referee will check on the fallen Gaucho, Garcia Lopez.
And Tim Baumstieg, the head coach for UCSB, is incensed here as they went up for the ball, Giron and Garcia Lopez at the same time. And Garcia Lopez definitely took the brunt of that interaction. They shake hands, the players do. They wanted the foul. That wasn't Garcia Lopez, excuse me, that's number 17, Marshall Cazares. They got the same haircut out there. But anyway, they wanted the foul there. They wanted a card at least. I'm sure Vom Steeg did. As the play is reset, the Gauchos showing some sportsmanship and kick it all the way down to Hobbs. The Matadors will reset the play here, and a whole line change is getting set to check in for CSUN at the next opportunity. But the Matadors send a long ball up. It's going to go over everybody back to McNeely. Under 10 minutes to play now in the first half.
McNeely goes to his favorite guy. You all know him. He's the right back, and his number is far too small. That's number 6?
That, I believe, is Danny Welsh.
Danny Welsh. Good man. And then he has the ball again. He'll get things started for the Gauchos. Puts it high into the air, as the team likes to do. Coming up near Caceres, and Caceres batting it down to his twin, Garcia Lopez, with the golden hair top. Now with the ball, Matadors dispossessed. Chris Smith now with it, ripping the shot from outside the box, and it will once again go over the top. I believe that is the 4th shot for the Matadors here tonight. None of them have been on goal, but all of them have been towards the net. McNeely has not really had to make a save, but he's seeing a lot of leather fly past him, and that's one thing that you will have to listen for and look for if you're watching on the video stream. moving forward into this match, as now we have a large amount of subs coming on the field.
Yep, the subs for CSUN: Carlos Gonzalez for Segui Lavari, Stevie Manios in for Beto Velasquez, Paul Schonofer Bartra is in for Tanner Snediger, Victor Vasquez is in for Minor Giron, and number 6, Carlos Benavides, in for Chris Smith. As the Matadors complete the hockey line change, bring in 5, and they win a throw-in, on the near side in front of the student section here at Harder Stadium, and trying to kick it back towards the midfield, maybe a bit ill-advised, as Kevin Garcia Lopez wins the ball for the Gauchos.
Garcia Lopez working with Caceres. Caceres finding the man, the Miller. Miller, that is his name. Now switching it out, doing work, just going to work, is number 15, Jome. He shook off number 6, 23, and Berrod. Hickman and number 6 on that
Benavides.
squad. Benavides just into this match, and he had to meet the wild do of Jome and the body. He shook him off, dispossessed momentarily, got the ball back. The ball is now in Hobbs' hands, by the way. It's gone all the way back there. No real threat on the play. But Jome is a threat to be reckoned with up top, and now Benavides knows it. Ball now in midfield, getting it on forward, finding the hero of today's matchup, featured freshman, number 24, who tries to drop it on through, looking for the 1-2 pass to Benavides. That play is read, intercepted. Gauchos put it in the air, looking for Garcia Lopez on the far side of the field. Still not past the half. The Gauchos still can't be in the attacking zone as it comes just to midfield, and the referee blows the offsides.
Well, we've got 7 minutes to play now as Matadors reset.
Putting it on through to the back line. Here is Paul Schonofer Bartra. He has also just checked in, and that will be his first touch of the match, giving it on over to Trevor Morley. Morley goes in the air, gets it over the top of the defender. That was Caceres back there. No, that wasn't Caceres. That was... Is that another player with the same haircut?
I wouldn't be surprised there.
Anyway, he didn't quite get the ball on his head, nor did the CSUN player, who had better position on the field. It will be out of bounds. Gauchos with the throw-in. They play the ball short. Fifi Baden putting it on through up to Garcia Lopez, trying to go high up into the air. That pass is intercepted. And now here he comes, number 24, trying to get through a couple of Gauchos unsuccessfully. The pass out of clearing pass. Berrod intercept. And now it will come back on through to Schonofer Bartra at midfield. CSUN still in possession.
Well, the substitute at the last chance for Santa Barbara, Reed McKenna, came in for Kevin Garcia Lopez. McKenna wearing number 11 on the far side of the field. As that one is chipped over the left side, looking for Manios before the end line. It runs out for a goal kick. So we've got under 6 minutes to play. Carlos Gonzalez, number 24 for Cal State Northridge, almost had a chance at the top of the box there. He was working against Daniel Welsh, but Welsh was able to get the final touch and set up that break the last time out as Depue's got it. His pass is headed down by Berrod, and Fifi's got to run backwards towards his own net in order to keep it from being a Matador breakaway. Going the other side now up to Reed McKenna, and McKenna loses it under his feet. And back to the CSUN defense, number 20, Trevor Morley. Morley up to Samayoa.
And Samayoa will find Benavides right outside the box. He'll go back to Morley. Blue jerseys coming forward. Those are the Gauchos, and they're creating a lot of pressure for the Matadors. Coming back, McKenna trampling. That looks like number 29,
I believe. That's Victor Vasquez out there, who was in for Minor Giron.
All right, he was trying to move up the field, and tracking him down from behind was McKenna. McKenna taking him down, getting the foul, and it will be a free kick to the Matadors. They're looking to get the ball over the midfield line, and it is your captain, Trevor Morley. So I'm assuming he's going to go in the air.
Well,
he proved me wrong there.
Opts to play it short. He had Vasquez in front of him, and I think they've changed the style a bit. The Matadors have been playing it low on the ground without Levarie or Rivas or Velasquez out there to make runs. A throw in now for UCSB going backwards, under 5 minutes. We mentioned 4.5 to play.
McNeely sends it high into the sky, falling right down at the center dot. Coming back is Berrad. Berrad getting it on through to Benavides. Benavides shaking off a couple of sliding Gauchos and able to sift it out far to the far side. Now coming forward, trying to get it on through to the freshman Gonzalez. He was unable to get it as the defense for the Gauchos stepped forward. Ball now up in the air, jostling around, trying to find a home. It found it on Gonzalez's foot. He slid it on through, and taken down from behind was a number I can't grab.
Stevie Manios was dragged out. The ball was too far ahead of him. He wasn't going to get there before McNeely did, but that doesn't negate the fact that he was dragged to the ground by Cazares. Just pulled from his shoulders and more of a horse collar tackle, if anything. But no call, says the referee, and the long punt by McNeely is won by Carlos Benavides on the second ball for CSUN. He's dribbling in the midfield. He's got plenty of space ahead of him. Short pass to Gonzalez, up to Camacho. The 1-2 still there at the top of the box for the Matadors. On to Benavides' foot. Is he going to rip a shot? Cuts back towards the top of the box. It's still there loose. Still bouncing around. And now with Camacho, Camacho gets it over to Manios. Will Manios take a shot? It's still there at the top of the box. Out to Victor Vasquez. Victor Vasquez sends one on the ground towards McNeely. Out of necessity more than purpose. And McNeely's able to collect under 3 minutes to play.
All right, let me tell you why that was good. The shot didn't really come to any fruition. It wasn't a goal. The shot wasn't that beef. But still, it came off of the momentum from the steal in the midfield by Benavides, and that play moved forward after they were able to get it up to Gonzalez. So the Matadors right now are building crucial momentum, albeit there is only 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in this half. And that momentum that they're getting right now doesn't have a lot of time to ride, but it will go into the half, and the Gauchos will have to mentally prepare themselves for the following 45.
Well, you'd say at this point that the Matadors have been playing with more purpose, as that one is taken away by McKenna. McKenna dribbling back towards the midfield. Drops it off for 7 Murphy. Murphy out to Jome on the near side wing. Jome moves it back towards his right, double teamed by Barad and Benavides. Back to Murphy. Murphy with the right foot, switching it all the way out wide. Nobody on that man out there, and he's going to have time to settle across. The header comes in from number 12. That man is Charlie Miller. He of 4 goals this season. His header is right into the cradle of Hobbs. No danger. And a long punt all the way upfield.
And that punt goes right back, and it will fall out of bounds near the CSUN bench. Gauchos will have the throw-in. McKenna will be tasked with putting it in. He'll put it into Caceres. Caceres will switch it back to McKenna, who goes back to Fifi. Fifi's been, he finally gets a touch on the ball. It's been a while since I've said Fifi Baden, but now the ball up in the center. I believe that is McKenna. He tried to make a move, kind of tripped up over the ball as he was coming in, and now it's with Benavides. Benavides switches it out onto the far side. Cradling that ball in excellent fashion is the man out there on the far left wing, number 17, Imanios. And he tried to get it into the center, met by a Gaucho, sent on out, but the Matadors maintain possession on the man who starts it all, Benavides. Good defensive play. Falling to the ground, getting his foot up in the air was number 3, Kevin Garcia Lopez. And that play was stopped momentarily as Hickman now with it coming across the midfield line.
Well, Hickman's got plenty of time, and he sends it up to Gonzalez. Carlos Gonzalez tries to play a nifty back heel through Depew, but the defender was there, and that ball is cleared up to Jome. Jome going one-on-one against Pohl. Pulls back and is tripped up. A foul called. No yellow card there on Hickman.
The fans want it, though.
I think they wanted more on Pohl for kicking the ball down the field for delay of game. As the quick restart for Murphy is sent towards the back post, and that one is headed into the box. There's Cazares, and the shot is rebounded, deflected off a man, out for a UCSB corner kick. 10 seconds left. They won't have time to get this one off, so no corner will be taken, and we will go into the halftime break tied, no score, 0-0 here at Harder Stadium between the number 25 ranked CSUN Matadors and the number 10 UCSB Gauchos in the Big West Conference semifinal game. We have a 15-minute break and then second half action from Harder Stadium. We hope you'll join us here for the second half. We'll take a short pause, about 10 minutes or so, and rejoin you on the Matadors Radio Network. You're listening to Matador Soccer with Kevin Strauss and James Jewett. Be right back. And welcome back to the broadcast, Matador Soccer fans. Kevin Strauss again with James Jewett here from Harder Stadium. No score at the half between the Cal State Northridge Matadors and the UCSB Gauchos. A look through the first half stats. We mentioned Carlos Gonzalez came on as a first half substitute. This is just his 5th appearance all season, James. His first since playing in the home game against Cal State Fullerton that back in October. He also played in the the second game of the year against Memphis. I believe he also had one. I'll double check who else he played against. He had one in the second game of the year, the third game of the year. He played against UCLA and then Cal State Fullerton. So just his 5th appearance of the season. But really, Coach Davila throwing something new at the Gauchos here. The Matadors led the shot margin 5-4. They had the 2 best chances as Edwin Rivas hit the post, and then he also had a low, hard shot at the right post that Josh McNeely had to make a save on. The other way for UCSB, 1 shot on goal, but it was really just a looping ball that was easily caught by Hobbs, so no real danger there for the Matadors. No yellow cards were shown, no goals were scored. Santa Barbara did not win a corner in the first half, and we're on a scoreless draw so far. And if this match stays level, going into the overtime periods, we'd have 2 sudden death overtime periods of 10 minutes each. After that, if it's still level after 2 overtimes, the teams would alternate penalty kicks, the best of 5 situation, and then sudden death PKs after 5 if they're still tied, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, if that were to happen, this match would go in as a draw, and then one team would advance via PK, so it would not go in as a loss in terms of RPI, win-loss record, and the like, moving towards the selection next week for the NCAA tournament. The Matadors will search for a goal here, moving the other direction at Harder Stadium. James, what did you see the first half, and then I'll tell you my thoughts from what the Matadors were able to do against this Gauchos offense, and really a sound defensive team all around for UCSB, not much offense to be had.
It was good stuff by CSUN, as well as from the Gauchos. Change came in, like you said, Kevin. Whole bunch of new personnel came on the field, plus the potential savior of the match, number 24. Listen, they were used to the Segui Levari aerial assault, the Beto Velasquez aerial assault that they answered for every time. So it was like they got hit with the jab and were like a little stunned, and then came in the right hook in the freshman and Benavides, and that was what led to the shots and all sorts of good stuff. But, still, Jome being a powerhouse up front, creating a lot of ball possession, and his players are getting into position, and they're getting shots on goal. Not as many as they'd like, but they're getting them.
Ended up playing right back at the end of the half when Paul came in for Snedeker, but he's been going against Boyoko and Jome on that his right side if he's looking down the field. He's gone after the 2 top players for Santa Barbara all night long through the first 45 minutes, and each time he's held his composure as a redshirt freshman. He stuck his foot in, taking the ball away, and for me, he's been the player of the match so far. We'll see how he does in the second half. It looks like the Matadors are going with the same 11 that started the game to open up this second half, and see if the Matadors come out more offensively. They were more reserved through the first 20 to 25 minutes or so before getting those chances at net. And so we'll see if that's something that Coach Davila is shaking up at the break to try to launch the ball forward and make that high-pressure attack that we saw against Cal Poly the other night.
Yeah, he's bringing the jab back.
Yep.
He's bringing back the strong forward step-in offense. Segui Levari is a big kid. Rivas, also a big body down low. They're going to get a lot of ball possession down there. And when the 2 guys come in, you mentioned your player of the match so far, to give the homeboys a little love, it was definitely Jome was my player of the match so far, because Jome has been able to, and he'll be immediately surrounded by 3 or 4 Matadors, and I'll go out on a limb here. I could be wrong, but I'd say he's over 50% in the amount of times that he is able to retain the ball and dish it off to one of his supporting players, and they have numbers up front, and they're able to get an attack. They're able to get what they want to do. But I will say, one thing going for the Gauchos so far is their corner kick numbers. CSUN has yet to have a corner kick, and the UCSB has had 2. Now, of course, the last time these teams met, the tying goal came off of a corner kick, and they had 8 corner kicks in that game to CSUN's 2 or 3. So the corner kick game is dangerous. Of course, their tallest player, Schmetz, is not in the lineup, but that still doesn't mean that this team is not mechanical when it comes to hitting the ball from the corner. So looking forward, CSUN's going to want to shut down their corner kicks.
Well, UCSB has the opening kick second half. They send it all the way downfield out the left side towards the corner. A throw-in coming up for the Matadors, Tanner Snedeker, and he will throw it upfield. Fifi Baden, I should say, heads it out, and another throw-in coming up a few yards forward for Snedeker and the Matadors, and he'll go backwards to his teammate. No, he'll look ahead up towards Chris Smith and Beto Velasquez.
And now the Matadors, of course, on all white for those of you listening at home, and UCSB in all blue. If you're just joining us, they have now switched, and the Matadors are going left to right, and the Gauchos are going from right to left. Ball is trickling into the corner. Boyoku now has it working against Trevor Morley, trying his best to keep the body of Morley off of the ball. They're going to work in the corner. It's just a struggle there for both of them, and now Matadors come over to help, and Boyoku will heal it off of Morley, deflected off of him, and coming forward is number 3 on that squad, Garcia Lopez. He'll throw it in short, right back to him. Garcia Lopez working a couple good passes with him and Drew Murphy. Drew Murphy goes out to Fee. Baden switches it on through to my player of the match so far, Jome. And Jome, of course, draws the attention of a couple of Matadors. He tried to siphon a pass on through to Caceres, and that was incomplete. Comes back to Fifi Baden, and now number 14 at midfield will be forced to reset play. Going to work now are Caceres and Fifi. The twins on the near side line are trying to get something going, setting up a triangle. Completing it is Boyoku, and Rivas on the dispossess, getting it on through to Smith, and his pass comes into midfield.
Well, it was taken away momentarily by Jome before Beto Velasquez came back on the defensive help to send it back to Hickman. Almost 2 minutes into this second half. We're still goalless here at Harder Stadium. Kevin Garcia Lopez takes that one away, sends it into the middle, looking for Drew Murphy. Drew Murphy's got a runner next to him, and that is, can't get a number on him, but the ball went out of play as he tried to kick it out. And a Northridge goal kick coming up. That's number 8, Duncan Back, is listed as a defender. He's made a lot of runs forward tonight, and he got a nice through ball there, doing battle against Hickman, and there he was again to really knock that one out. They could have had a chance for a corner kick, in my opinion, but pointing to the goal kick for the Matadors and going the other way now, but it's won by Murphy of the Gauchos.
And he'll send it on forward, looking for Boyoku, met in the air by once again Kevin Strauss, player of the matchup. Patrick Hickman denying that attack, and it's going back into Hickman territory. Once again, he's tasked with defense. Good poke there. Slips it away. Joan picks up the pieces as he poked it away from Boyoku, and now on the foot of Caceres on the far side. He's trying to get the cross in. Tanner Snedeker, body up front, stops that from going too far. It will only go as far as the throw-in on the far side line. And here comes a defender from way back. He will be taking it for the Gauchos. Will they play it short? I don't know if he has enough room to make a running throw to the box. Of course he does. All the blue jerseys crowd into the box. He'll send it up into the air, falling short onto the Murphy. Getting his head on it was Morley, and it's cleared out of play. And none other than Fifi Baden picks it up in the midfield, and he gives it on over to Garcia Lopez. Garcia Lopez calling for support from Boyoku. He doesn't really get it, so he's forced to slip right into the middle. Hits Jome at the top of the box. Jome with the rip, and Hobbs answers with the diving save. And immediately, he's able to grasp that ball like sticky pads on his gloves, and he'll go down with it and reset play on through Hickman.
That was the most dangerous attempt that the Gauchos have had this evening. A hard left-footed blast from Jome from the top of the box. Ball's out with Rivas now on the Matadors, and he tries to curl one in towards the keeper. It's kicked off of the foot of Garcia Lopez and was heading towards the end line for a corner kick, but McNeely was out to slide and cradle it before it crossed the end line, and he'll get to punt it back upfield for the Gauchos, and that's only going as far as midfield. A very poor punt by his standards. He usually sends it much further, and Rivas has it going the other way. A handball on Garcia Lopez as he was on the ground. Matadors have a free kick upcoming. In their offensive half of the field, Minor Gueron over it. We'll see him likely play it short, I would think.
Well, he gave Tercius the signal to slow it on down. He didn't really agree. Tercius moved forward through the box, and Gueron goes into the center to Smith, who switches it on through. It's now in the corner and will be battled between Rivas and Garcia Lopez. Garcia Lopez will get his foot on it, and it goes out of play for a throw into CSUN.
Gueron will step over it. He's got the long throw towards the box. 5 minutes into this second half, 40 to play in regulation. We'll see Gueron try to throw in towards the box. Tercius running around, as well as Samayoa, Trevor Morley, and Sigi Leverie. That one gets as far as Rivas, but it's knocked back out towards Cazares, and all the way back to the midfield line, and Patrick Hickman for the Matadors, now to Snedeker.
Snedeker puts it right back across the midfield stripe onto Smith's foot. Smith goes up in the air, looking for Levari and Beto Velasquez. That play broken up by the back line of the Gauchos and sent out of bounds. It will be a throw into CSUN, and they'll go backwards on through to Hickman. Hickman has a few options. He's got Morley in support. Giron on the far side, a little bit more up than Morley. And Giron with space takes it upon himself to go across the midfield line, getting it on through to Rivas. Rivas tries to funnel it on through to Tercius, who crisscrossed with him. Now the ball on the foot of Garcia Lopez. And Garcia Lopez doing some things to get the ball moving forward, deflecting off of his body. Luckily there for him, moved it further than it should have gone. And now with the ball is Snediger to Smith, and Smith tried to find Beto, and the whistle is blown down. A little bit of contact, I believe the referee did not enjoy, and it will be a free kick to CSUN on the right side of the field if you're looking at the net of the Gauchos, and it will be pretty much at midfield, right in the center third.
Yeah, well, Hickman will step over it, and he'll look to just cross one towards the top of the box. Nobody really there for the Matadors. Levari has it hit off his head, but there's Rivas, and Rivas tries a header towards the left post, just a few feet wide, and that was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. The Matadors had just Levari and Rivas in the box compared to 5 Gauchos on defense, and it is a breather there for UCSB as they will restart play on their left side of the field, moving up the far side, trying to find Boyoko, and that gets up to Jome before Samayoa is there to win the ball for the Matadors. And now the man of the night, Patrick Hickman.
The man of the night. He sends it on through up top. Goes across mid-line. Too much contact for the referee's liking. The exact same spot. Another free kick. And the question is, will it be another to Levari in the box? No, it goes up short to Rivas, just in front of Levari. And the Gauchos take it away. Number 21 on that squad, Nick Depew, getting his foot on it and sending it up forward onto Boyoku. And they will do battle. Hickman once again doing an excellent defensive job against Boyoku, stopping that play from going any further than midfield. And they once again try to go on through to Boyoku. Can he get it done this time?
Well, Jones got it, and he sends it up the left side for, I believe, that is number 7, Drew Murphy. Murphy slips it to Cazares. Cazares working against Hickman. Hickman kicks it out of play. A throw-in coming up right by the corner flag for UC Santa Barbara on the far side of the field. Marshall Cazares, who came in as a substitute in the first half, winning that throw-in. He'll leave it for Duncan Backus, number 8. And Backus will have a long throw towards the middle, around the 6-yard area. Santa Barbara's got 4 players, but he's going to go back short and defensive. Gets the ball back now and is looking for a cross in. Can't get it as he's guarded nicely by Beto. Now a chip through towards the box and headed out by Morley momentarily, and the man Hickman. Hickman gets it out to Fifi, but Baden sends it towards Kevin Garcia Lopez on the near side.
And Garcia Lopez, with such a low center of gravity, is able to take many a knock from Hickman as well as Tercius, and he goes down. The distance from his upper body to the turf is not too far, so when he goes down, he doesn't go down too hard. He's able to keep his momentum moving. He battled well. The ball eventually went off of his foot and out of bounds. Hobbs with it, and Hobbs is signaling. He's waving his gentleman forward, and he looked to Minor Giron, who was staying in support. He sent him forward nonetheless, and now it comes landing across midfield onto the head of Levari. Levari gets it back to Smith. Smith finds Beto on the far sideline. Beto going to work against, that is Duncan Backus, and the ball will be out of play and a throw into CSUN after they tangled.
And Snediger will take it. We'll see if he's going to go in towards the box. He does, looking for Rivas. That one is kicked down by Depew, and Depew clears it upfield looking for Boyoko going against Hickman. Gets help from Samayoa, and so he goes backwards towards Cazares for the Gauchos. Murphy tries to slip one up for Boyoko, but it's knocked away by Morley, and the Matadors will clear their lines once again upfield.
Morley went up top, tried to find Beto. Beto getting his head on it, but not possession for the Matadors, as it came back to the keeper, who sent it up in the air into midfield. Chris Smith cradling it in for the Matadors, and now on the foot of Minor Giron. He has Rivas streaking down the near side line. He has Tercius coming forward. Segui opening up a lane for him. He chooses not to take it, and the back line will get that pass meant for Segui and clear it up into the midfield area, where Samayoa will clear it on back, and Adam Hobbs will be tasked with sending things forward, and he'll go through Hickman. Why not?
We've got under 35 minutes to play, and a turnover here.
Oh, Hickman.
As Boyoku's going against Minor Giron and Morley, but when he touches it just too much, Morley's able to clear it out of play. A throw incoming. Under 35 minutes to play here in the second half. Once again, if we're still level at the end of this period, we'll head to 2 sudden death overtime periods, I should say, again. And after that, penalty kicks potentially, but Kevin Garcia Lopez chips one towards the top of the box. Fifi's there. No, that's Boyoku, and a foul on Goffin Boyoku, and he pulled down Patrick Hickman, so a free kick for CSUN.
And it's in the box. Adam Hobbs defers to Morley to kick that one up, and well, that he did. Rivas getting the ball off the one bounce from Morley's hit, putting it into the center. Segui Levari trying to get his head on it. He had to reach back for that ball to try and get any sort of torque on it towards the net, and it was just not the pass. It just didn't come together that time for CSUN. And Josh McNeely picking up the ball and resetting it through his favorite defender, number 6, Daniel Welsh, on his right side. And they will be forced to switch it on to the other side through the pressure of Segui Levari up top, who really wants that chance back, so he's going to go get the ball and make it happen for himself. Now Josh McNeely goes up into the air, trying to find Caceres. Caceres gets his head on it, but knocks it only as far as Trevor Morley, who switches it out to Minor Giron now. Giron sifts it on through to Rivas. Rivas and Garcia Lopez go into battle. He tries the 1-2 pass on through to Segui Levari. That was broken up by the Gauchos, and now here comes Boyoku and Morley right at midfield.
And it's kicked out by Morley, and out of play, a throw-in coming up right near the midfield line, Drew Murphy. And they'll leave it for Kevin Garcia Lopez, and they're about 10, 15 yards further upfield than where the ball went out of play, but the throw-in is headed away right away by Minor Giron up to David Tercius. Tercius has numbers ahead of him. He's going to send it out wide for Beto Velasquez. Velasquez going one-on-one against Backus, dribbling back towards the middle of the field. He's got it on his right foot towards the edge of the line. He crosses one back towards the back post. Segui Levari with the header. Segui Levari with the goal for Cal State Northridge, and the Matadors are throwing red tortillas onto the field. The Matadors have taken a tradition for UCSB, the red tortillas, and Segui Levari with his 14th of the season, and the Matadors lead 1-0 here with 32:35 to play, and this is a sight to see. I've never seen it before. Red tortillas, if I've ever seen them. The CSUN student section in front of us here, the women's soccer team, and then some. Thousands of Matador fans going wild right in front of us. Segui from Beto, and that is the goal so far, and the tortillas keep coming here. We'll have to take a pause as nothing but red on the field. Wow.
Yep, there was. He wanted that one back that he didn't get prior, and now he had an opportunity, which was a much finish by Segui Levari standards, and he did not disappoint the Matador fans, who clearly went to Vallarta before this match, spending north of $100 on red tortillas, and they're still out on the field. There's still a couple of them. One of them was able to get that one sauced out there almost to the center field dot where the play, where the kickoff takes place. Anyway, the play has restarted, and the crowd has still not settled, but we have to up here in the box because the play is moving and things are happening. Out of bounds is the ball. Garcia Lopez puts it back into play. Minor Giron steps around, intercepts it, and Fifi Baden once again gets his name back into this matchup, intercepting and breaking up again the Matadors trying to go forward, and Segui Levari was the man they tried to find. Didn't quite get it to him, and things are slowing down here until Snedeker came forward on the intercept and tries to face the through ball up to Segui Levari, intercepted by the back line of the Gauchos, who put it back on the foot of Jome. Jome going to work against Beto Velasquez on that far side. His body didn't get too far, but the ball came back to the back line, and it's now on Minor Giron's foot. And that play, once again, Jordan Azule has somehow found his way into this match. He gets a touch on it, and this ball finally settles, and it's out of bounds, just past midfield, moving towards Adam Hobbs, and it will be a Gaucho throw-in. Garcia Lopez steps forward to take it.
What a goal.
Kevin is still just in shock over here.
That was as clinical a play as we've seen. Vintage Velasquez chipping it from the right side to the left, and a powerful header. No chance for McNeely there, but Jones got it now in the left corner for UC Santa Barbara, trying to hunt it down. He's working against Snedeker, and Snedeker is able to clear it out for a throw-in instead of conceding the corner. So the scoring officially, Segui Levari for the Matadors from his teammate Beto Velasquez. 1-0 Cal State Northridge, just north of a half an hour to play here. And on the season, as we mentioned, number 14 for Segui. He had 15 goals last year. He's up to 29 in his career. Leads the Big West Conference in points and now ties for the conference leading goals.
Ball now on Garcia Lopez's foot on the near side. He goes on through to Fifi. Fifi in the middle of the field working one-on-one with Benavides. Benavides back in this matchup. Listen for his name. I'm sure I'll be saying it a lot. Stepping forward as the ball was on the far side of the field on the foot of Beto. Coming way off his defensive line was number 21 on the opposing squad. His number, where is he? Depew. Nicholas Depew came up. A little bit too much contact, got too rough with Beto. He went down and the foul was called. The ball up into the air off of the free kick. And it, kind of hip hops off of heads and finds its way into midfield. Cazares.
You're good.
Cazares had the ball. He tried to find one of his fellow Gauchos, intercepted by the Matadors. And guess who's back, people? The freshman, the possible savior. I don't know if he can be called the savior anymore. Segui Levari has done it. But while I was talking up number 24, Gonzalez, Chris Smith has taken a knock. He's gone down, and he's pounding the field. He seems to be in a lot of pain, and the referee gave his whistle a second blow just to make sure. And looking on are his teammates, very concerned, including number 23 on the opposing squad, Gofin Boyoku, making sure Chris Smith is okay. And well, he is now up.
Looked like Smith may have gotten kicked to the back of the head or hit it really hard on the turf, and so he was holding his head and rolling around and really checking for blood there. As Yarden Azule newly into the match for the Matadors. Tries a through ball for Carlos Gonzalez, and now a steal. Azule's got Gonzalez ahead of him. A nice sliding tackle by Kevin Garcia Lopez to break up that attack. More on the substitutions after the goal. Barad came in for Velasquez, Azule in for Tercius, Carlos Gonzalez for Rivas, and Benavides for Samayoa, as the Matadors have won a throw-in in front of the UCSB bench. And we've got under 29 minutes to play.
Is Patrick Hickman still your man of the match, Kevin Strauss?
He is defensively. Of course, the game winner by Levari, his third goal of the week. He leads all scorers in conference tournament history with 5 goals now in 3+ matches for the Israeli. But I still give it to the defensive play of Patrick Hickman. Without him there, it could have easily been a few goals to Santa Barbara.
Absolutely, and now the play near Hickman. Didn't quite get to him. His teammates are picking up the slack. Trying to go through the air was Azule to find Brian Berat on the far right side, streaking up that far side of the field. Intercepted there by Depew, and Depew bringing it all the way up past the midfield stripe and found Boyoku. Boyoku forced out of play, and the Gauchos will have the throw-in. They put it back onto the D-line, going up in the air, trying to find Boyoku and Jome. Carasas, I know I said that wrong once again, gets it on through to Jome, and he goes down behind the play. Not Carasas. Oh my God, Kevin, give me some help here. Cazares.
Now, the man who went down on the play was number 8, Duncan Backus. He and Cazares are right there. They're going to play a short kick, and that one is off of Jome. Jome tried to kick it. It ended up hitting Smith. It might have been a handball on Smith outside of the box, but the referee had his back turned, still thought it was going to be a long kick. And here's Goffin Boyoko in the box. That one is kicked out by who else but Patrick Hickman, out for a corner kick as he had room to work. Goffin Boyoko at the left post, and Hobbs was over there. He would have had a shot at the save, but a corner kick coming for UCSB. Paul Amon with 27 minutes to play. This is how they score their goals on set pieces. We'll see them running everybody towards the net. Amon with one from the left post, and that one is headed up into the air by Depew, but cleared out by Segui Levari up to Fifi. Fifi's cross back into the box is knocked down by Giron, and then Fifi, out of necessity, a sliding tackle on Giron, and Giron is in a heap.
Well, Fifi came off and tried to play the ball. His first touch was too much. Giron read it perfectly, getting his foot on it, and Fifi in the desperation maneuver tried to slide to stop that counterattack from happening, and perhaps their ankles got locked up awkwardly and came down in a way. Giron is up now, however. He's running around. He's fine. And now up into the air onto McNeely's number 1 defenseman. He gets his head on it and moves it out for the Gauchos, and the Gauchos now have it. Garcia Lopez finding number 4 for that squad, Paul Eamon, back into the match on the near side. He gets it, switches it on over, looking for Jome. Jome forced to retreat to find that ball. And he's got in support back as he'll go into the air, though, up into Caceres. Caceres with the touch. He was wide open in the box, and all he had to do was kind of flick his foot and send it on through. And now a lot of tortillas flying onto this field, and they're not the red ones. They're not the good tortillas. These are the tortillas that they're just not red, people. And there's a lot of them coming down. And that goal will tie it up here in UC Santa Barbara. 26 minutes and 18 seconds left to play. They call it soccer heaven, and they're going to be able to defend that name a little easier now that it's tied at 1 with 26:18 left to play.
Well, there's still plenty of time left for the Matadors here as we look at the scoring on that play. Once it comes through across on the live stats, I'm sure they're figuring out the assist situation. But 26 minutes and 18 seconds left. A 1-1 game here, and still a lot to be had as Edwin Rivas checks in again for Carlos Gonzalez. The assist by Ismael Jom, the goal by Marshall Cazares, his first of the season. And Fernando is back in for Chris Smith.
Well, the substitutions are taking place. The play had moved. It's gone into the close side corner, the left side corner, if you're looking at UCSB's net. And Minor Giron for the Matadors comes forward to take it. He's looking at a lot of players in the box. He will try to go to them. Benavides stepped forward, but that pass meant for him was knocked down by Garcia Lopez. And the ball comes trickling back on to Hickman, and Hickman will give it on to Hobbs. And it looks like they've abandoned some defense on that particular play, looking for a go-ahead goal, as only 2 defenders were back. And that second defender, Snedeker, tried to go up into the air, looking for Levari up top.
Well, it's with Jom on the other end. Jom working against Snedeker. And now Benavides back to help as well. Working against 2 men is still Jom. Benavides gets a touch of the ball, and Jom will have to pull out of the attack back to Fifi. Baden up to Cazares, and Cazares back to number 14. That is Karn Saferstein. Still over with Jom, a trio of Matadors in defense now. They're waiting for a cross-in.
Jom went back through to Baden, and they're still trying to mount the attack. They're successfully and slowly evaporating the defense as it just condenses itself further and further towards the net. They've now expanded a little bit. Fifi forced a retreat on to midfield. Now the ball with number 14, Saferstein. And Saferstein doing 1-2 work with Fifi Baden. Now it's with number 4 as he tried to move forward just a touch. And he goes down, and it will be no card. And the fans here are upset. Can you hear it?
Well, the UCSB fans wanted a foul there. The center official tells them to get up off the ground. And now a lot of words by Paul Amon to the official and a lot of gesticulation there. I'm surprised he hasn't been booked for dissent, if anything. They throw in coming for Cal State Northridge. Giron will take it. He goes backwards towards Morley. And Morley just is going to send it upfield. 24 minutes to play. 1-1 here at Harder Stadium, I should say. Benavides with it. The Matadors in the offensive zone. He's going to kick it up the left side to Edwin Rivas. Rivas with a lot of time to chip a handball. They're going to stop the clock here, and a yellow card for Kevin Garcia Lopez. Garcia Lopez was trying to slide tackle the ball from Edwin Rivas and overslid it, so he stick his arm out to stop the ball. A yellow card for Garcia Lopez and a free kick coming up at the left edge of the box for the Matadors.
And stepping over it is Minor Giron. Referee inching him closer and closer to the outside of the box. We are on the left side of the box if you are looking at the goal for UC Santa Barbara. And the numbers for the Matadors are as follows. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the upper right-hand corner of the box. In support is Minor Giron, and I'm going to say Samayoa out top. And Azule looks like he will be the man tasked to put this ball into the box with sniper-like accuracy onto the dome of one of his fellow Matadors. Let's see if he can pull it off. There is another man standing with him. It could be...
That's a Benavides there.
Could be a trick play. Azule steps up, fakes it to go short onto Benavides. He steps back once again. Lots of motion in the box. Puts it up top. I'm hunting for that upper right-hand V, and he didn't get it. Just over the top bar. And that chance has evaporated, and now McNeely will be dribbling that ball out, and he'll be looking to restart play.
Well, we've got 23 and a half minutes left and some subs coming in. Paul Shonofarbartra in for Snediger, David Tercius in for Yarden Azule, and Victor Vasquez in for Minor Giron. In addition, I believe Brian Barad is in for Sagi Levari. Beto Velasquez it was in for Levari. As the Gauchos have it up the left side of the field, Boyoko tried to touch it on to Eamon. Eamon overran it, and Carlos Benavides has it. A through ball in for Edwin Rivas. Rivas working against Depew in the box. Rivas got it on the left foot. He's going to chip it towards the back post. It's there for a header and save. A diving header there, and a good job by Brian Barad. But at the back post was McNeely to collect that one before it snuck in, and we still have a level match 1-1.
And McNeely will go out to the man that he trusts the most. And that is, of course, I've said his name 1,000 times before, but I'll say it again. It's Daniel Welsh. Now the Matadors have the ball after Welsh's clearance momentarily as it's dispossessed, taken away by number 14, Karn Safferstein. Safferstein will switch the field onto the far side to Jome. The Gauchos are now in the attacking area. CSUN is forced to defend. And now we have the ball with number 4, who switches it out onto the far near side line through Garcia Lopez. Garcia Lopez goes back on through to Safferstein, and Safferstein finds Fifi Baden right next to him, who tries to go in the air onto the opposite side of the field. Good defense there by Hickman, and he will head it out of play for a Gaucho throw-in.
And the ball, a throw-in now. As you mentioned, it goes all the way back to Hickman and cleared by Morley. Morley kicks it up, and Rivas was almost there to win the ball against 2 Gauchos. It's won now by Berard. The foul was on Garcia Lopez. He's got to be careful here. He's already on a yellow card. As a quick try there by Samayoa. Cleared out by the Gauchos, but back to the man who took it. Now taken away by Fifi Baden and going the other way for the Gauchos with Jome.
And puts it on Jome. Goes to work on Hickman. Gets past him off a bumbling ball. It deflected off both their bodies, and he luckily got the one that came onto his foot. He got it as far as the box. Intercepted there by Paul Schonefer-Bartra. And now it's on Matador feet. Spinning away from pressure of Jome was Benavides, and Benavides switches it out onto the far side through number 29 on that squad. And he tried to switch the field on through to Beto Velasquez on the far side. And it's stopped by a Gaucho, and he'll put it up back into the air, looking for Boyoku. Boyoku will get knocked down. It falls down, and now it's on the foot of Tercius. Tercius switches it out onto Benavides. Benavides tries to put it on low, looking for a rebound with players crashing into the box. He didn't get it. Cradled by the Gauchos, tried to clear it, only got as far as Tercius. Tercius tried to move back into the box. His play broken up by the Gaucho backline, going up into the air once again, and as they usually do, trying to find Boyoku, and that went over the top. Schonefer-Bartra, good defense, and Trevor Morley picks it up, and now the Matadors are looking to go forward.
And it's cleared out of danger momentarily by Depew, but he kicks it out of bounds, and a Northridge thrown in front of their own bench. The Matadors working, trying to move forward. Beto Velasquez will drop the ball for Patrick Hickman, however, and he throws it in towards Edwin Rivas, who's knocked off of it by Depew, and Depew clears it downfield, headed by Victor Vasquez of the Matadors. Second ball is won by the Gauchos. Eamon.
Oh, Caceres collides with, I believe, Azule, and Azule catches him before flipping, tabletopping over the top of him. Sportsmanlike power up to Azule for that particular play, and Caceres will agree. The ball now on Fifi Baden's foot, and he puts it on into the middle. And now they're trying to work kind of a box formation. Working hard against Morley was Boyoku. Fans there wanted a foul. Referee did not oblige. Beto Velasquez taking it upon himself to carry it across the midfield line. He succeeds. Good read defensively by the back line. That is on the foot of number 6, Daniel Welsh, and he's coming all the way. He has teared it from the defensive zone all the way up to the top of the box before he is finally dispossessed by Benavides, Hickman, and Morley. And Hickman's sliding effort to regain the ball sent one of the Gauchos down, and he's not getting up, and he doesn't look to be in comfort, to say the least.
Well, they'll call out the trainers here and stop the clock with 19:02, and a free kick coming from about 20 yards, just slightly to the left of goal if you're looking at the goal mouth. And the training staff for UCSB is coming out to check on the fallen player. Can't quite get a read on who that is out there.
Well, while he is being tended to, the tortillas are still being cleaned up from the tying goal. A couple more left to finally clear off, as it was an explosion of wheat and flour here at Harder Stadium. And he's still down. Where is the training staff?
Well, they've got the trainer out there stretching him out. Not sure how much time they're going to give before they decide to get a substitute in there for him. It looks like the head coach for UCSB, Tim Von Steeg, is coaching a substitute to where he wants him to go on the field. You just have to wait for the player to come off. I believe that's Marshall Cazares. That is down number 17. With 19 minutes and 2 seconds remaining here in regulation, a 1-1 score. A look back at the scoring. It was opened here in the second half by Segui Levari with a header in the 58th minute on an assist by Beto Velasquez. And the tying goal came in the 64th minute, so just 7 minutes later. That was, or 6 minutes later, I should say, Marshall Cazares scored the goal on a volley from the assist by Ishmael Jome. That was his first goal of the season. So a tie game with under 20 minutes to play, almost 19 left on the clock. And now Cazares is helped off the field. A sub has not been introduced yet. Maybe they're going to see if he can continue for the time being, but now it looks like they'll check somebody in. The free kick, Boyoku will take it, curls one, and it's into the back of the net. A goal for UCSB, and it's 2-1 with 19 seconds left. Or excuse me, 19 minutes left.
Well, I am as surprised as I'm sure everyone is at home and watching on the live stream. This is the Matadors Radio Network. Kevin Strauss and James Jewett on the call. And after that potential injury, a lot of lull in play, and Boyoku has reignited the fans here. And the crew will be tasked once again with cleaning up the circular flour from the field. And now it's 2-1 in this Big Western Conference Tournament game, Game 2 for the Matadors. First game for UCSB, as they were the number 1 seed and got the bye week. And this game is to move forward in this tournament. Not yet out by any means for either team if they lose here from the NCAA, but it would still be a huge game to win as far as tournament play, as the play is reset, and now it is on Berad's foot. Berad finding Minor Giron streaking, and good defensive play there. Getting the ball out of bounds was number 14 on that squad. That is Saperstein. And it will be a throw into the Matadors, near side of the field, further into the upper left-hand corner, if you were looking at the net of UCSB.
A throw in for Giron, and that one is cleared out. Another throw, no, a corner kick coming for CSUN, their first corner of the night. And Beto Velasquez will head out to take it. On the left side corner flag, Matador sending players towards the box. There's a couple of subs for CSUN came back in, Giron and Snediger. Here's Beto over the ball. Swings it in with the right foot. It's low, looking towards the near post for, I believe that was Barad. And it goes out of play. A throw-in coming up for Northridge. It was kicked out by the Gauchos last, by Karn Saperstein.
And Giron on the reset finds Beto Velasquez near, being hounded by both Garcia Lopez and Jome.
That is Kevin Garcia Lopez's second yellow card for a handball, and he is sent off. He stuck out his hand intentionally and knocked it down, and he has been sent off on his second yellow card. And the Gauchos will have to play with 10 men for the final. 17:37 to play. The Matadors hunting for the tying goal.
That, of course, was his second handball. The first handball carded him up, and it only takes two hands, people. And now he is red, and he'll be moving off the field. A man down will be the Gauchos, like Kevin said, and that will be advantageous for the Matadors, as they now have basically a modified corner kick. They're not in the corner, but they're just outside the left-hand side of the box. Looking forward is Tercius and Beto Velasquez. Matadors go in motion, trying to get players to get caught. It's kind of a wave. It's a 1-2-3-4. They all move in succession. And they flood into the box, getting his head on it was Berrad. It trickles out to the top of the box. Benavides with it. Couldn't quite get a shot off, and it's finally cleared out only as far as Hickman at midfield, where he puts it on through to Samayoa. Samayoa will find Minor Giron, and they are still at midfield going into the air, searching for the box. Going up for it was Trevor Morley. Size and presence for Morley up in the box, and now it is just fallen right outside. Teams battle for it. Whistles are blown, and it is a foul called in favor of the Gauchos. Free kick for the boys in blue. And this game has taken many turns over the course. Of course, the lead by CSUN to kick it all off, then the tying goal, and of course that taking the lead goal, if you will. That was not well said, but it was. You got the meaning. 2-1 here, and then that red card. It's certainly exciting for the fans here and for you listening at home, as now the Matadors have the ball. Giron with it and has options in Tercius.
Well, he switches it to Benavides. Benavides is going to have to do work against Drew Murphy, who was chasing the loose ball. It's with Snedeker still in the offensive half for the Matadors. Beto Velasquez now spins his man. Now working back towards the middle of the field, past 2 and 3 Gauchos into the box now. A cross through towards the back post, runs long of Barad out for a goal kick. And 3 subs coming in for the Matadors. In is number 17, Stevie Manios in defense, replacing Hickman. Nico Camacho is in for Benavides, and Levari, the goal scorer for the Matadors, in for Brian Barad. CSUN playing a man up here for the rest of this match after the red card to Garcia Lopez, but the Matadors trail by a goal. They do have a shot advantage 10-8 so far. 3 goals have been scored, as James mentioned, in this second half, plus a pair of yellows for UCSB.
And the play has been reset. Now the Gauchos, with that red card, of course, are putting a priority on defending their net, are stacking 4D, 4 midfield, and only 1 attacking forward. And potential handball again for the Gauchos. Referee blows it down, and it will be a free kick just past midfield. Tercius standing over the ball, waiting for Numbers to move forward and get into position so he can make something dangerous happen.
And no yellow card on that handball. That was completely unintentional. It rolled up his foot. Tercius chips one toward the back post. McNeely out there, but he can't get to it. And it is a shot by Snedeker that goes behind, and it's actually saved. A Northridge corner kick coming on the far side. McNeely punched it momentarily, but it went straight down, and Snedeker tried the volley from a sharp angle. It was blocked out by the Gaucho defense, and the Matadors will take this corner kick. Beto Velasquez once more, this time from the right corner flag. 14 and a half to play here at Harder Stadium. Northridge searching for the equalizer.
Tercius coming short in support in case he wants to go with it, and he does indeed. 1-2 back to Beto. Beto in the box, tried to funnel it on through. Blocked down by Fifi Baden, and Baden gets the clearance only as far as Minor Giron, and Minor Giron's first touch came off oddly off of his foot, and it will roll out of play, and it will be a throw-in to the Gauchos. And the Gauchos content to kind of play games to waste a bit of time off the clock. Coming forward, Fifi dropped it off for another Gaucho, and he steps forward to take it, drops back. Looks like he's going to try and go far into the zone, as he should with the lead.
Well, it's headed a few times, and now a free kick coming up for UCSB as Minor Giron commits a foul.
This is the time in the game where fouls become more and more noticeable, and their consequences more and more momentous for the other team. CSUN needs to lock it down mentally. They need to play their game, do it well, and execute well without the burden of the clock on them, although it should be mindful of how much time is left. In order to execute plays crisply, they need to make sure that they're just playing their game. And now here comes Tercius.
That was a quick goal kick for Hobbs. Got it up to Tercius along the middle of the field. He tried to throw it to Edwin Rivas, but it was taken away by Jome. Cleared back to Minor Giron in the Matadors defense, and they'll switch the field. Jome playing back more in a defensive midfield role rather than out on the wing that we saw him in the first half. And a foul committed here by Santa Barbara in front of the Northridge bench. And a long free kick coming up from that right wing. We'll see if they send one in towards the box again.
Well, they're moving Numbers forward, and a quick reset. Go extremely short. Beto moving forward will put it in. Seguila Vari flicks it on forward towards the net. and McNeely dove for it, got a piece of it. Will it be ruled a corner kick here?
Yes, a corner kick coming for the Matadors, and Beto out again to take it. They've got ball kids here at UC Santa Barbara, as the tournament handbook requires, and they're all just standing behind the Santa Barbara goal, running around in circles, and they might hear about that after. Anyway, the Matadors have it in the box, and he's taken down, pointing to the spot. A penalty kick coming for the Matadors. Penal, Sison. We'll see them step up here, pointing straight to the spot. Jonas Stavridis, the center official, as a player for the Matadors is down behind the end line. The Matadors will have the chance to tie this match right on the 12-minute mark. The training staff coming out for CSUN. I'm trying to catch a read on who is down over there, and we'll see who's going to step to the spot. I've got to believe it's Sagi Lavari. It's usually Chris Smith, but Smith is not in the match right now. We saw Brian Barad take one the other night, but he too is on the bench at this moment. And that man that was knocked around was David Tercius. He's back up and on his feet now. It will be Sagi Lavari. Sagi steps to the spot here, and we will see if he can tie this match on 12 minutes remaining. Northridge down 2-1.
And it's becoming thunderous here as all the fans are on their feet, rumbling this stadium, shaking it to its core. Sagi Lavari stands over the top. He rips. He scores.
Goes to the right post, and McNeely dove the opposite way. And here come the red tortillas. The red, maybe quesadillas. Anybody's got some cheese out there. 2-2, and the Matadors are playing a man up. And we've got an even match here. And Fifi Baden and the rest of the Gauchos are surrounding the center official, haranguing him. And we'll see if any cards come out at this point. But we've got a level match as Lavari scored his 4th goal of the week. He is the leading scorer in conference tournament history now with 6 goals through 3+ matches.
Tied at 2 are the Matadors and the Gauchos, and this game is just it's a roller coaster. I can barely keep up. I've been standing practically this entire second half. Red cards, goals, tying goals, go-ahead goals. Now it's finally at 2-2, 11:40 left to play in this half of Big West tournament play. Rivas getting the turn. Whistles are being blown. He's reaching for his pocket. Once again, the book is being thrown at people, and it is a Gaucho. Another yellow card, number 14 on that particular squad. Karn Saferstein is just another in the long list of players that have been booked today.
Well, they should have played the advantage there again, as Rivas and the Matadors had a 2-on-1 advantage. Karn Saferstein grabbed the jersey of Rivas, who was ahead of him towards the goal. And Rivas is a strong man. He would have just run right through it and played the ball, and the Matadors would have been in on net. But here's Velasquez over the ball, a cross towards the back post. It's headed into the box by the Gauchos, and a left-footed shot ripped by Camacho. Shanked more is the word. Out of play, and a goal kick coming up. Under 12 minutes, 11:18 to play, and a 2-2 match.
Putting the ball back into play, none other than Josh McNeely, only he did not go to his left out. He went on the opposite end, as they only have one forward, and McKenna, the only forward up top, was lined up on the left side looking forward towards CSUN's net. He miraculously is able to get it from 3 Matadors, and coming in support of him was number, I believe that is Backus, and Backus is taken down right outside the box, and the referee looked like he was going for his pocket. Instead, he is just shooing. He's telling the Matadors, come on, just get out of here. Let's get this game going. I have control of it. Free kick to the Gauchos, and they're right outside the box on the left-hand side if you're looking at the net for CSUN. Adam Hobbs lining up his men, checking his post and angles, and here comes the rip. Blocked down by the wall. Snedeker wasting no time getting his feet under him, and he's running. Puts the ball up to Tercius. Tercius now 2-on-1 with many a trailer coming. Rivas, Snedeker, and he goes on through to Snedeker, who started the entire play getting in the air and missing the ball, getting nothing but molecules on that rip, and the ball will trickle on through and go out of bounds. Goal kick to McNeely where the play began.
That was a hugely acrobatic move by Snedeker, but he is a defenseman, and he did run a long way up from his right back position, and really just a jumping volley there. Miss it by inches, and Hickman will come back into the match for Snedeker to give him some rest as we've got 9 minutes and 40 seconds left. A 2-2 match, and as we mentioned, this one will go to overtime and potentially penalty kicks, but the Matadors are playing with a man advantage after a red card just after the 70-minute mark. So C-Sun with the numbers here to take the lead in this match and potentially win it in the late stages or overtime, as the ball is with UCSB on the near side right in front of us. It's with number 4, Paul Amon. Amon chests it down and now tries to chip one forward for Reed McKenna, but that was really a miscommunication there, as the ball bounced up looking for McKenna, went behind McKenna. Hickman decided he was going to head it back to Hobbs, but Hobbs was already off his line because he was going to play it. Ended up rolling back towards the net, and Hobbs had to run back and pick it up before it crossed the line. That could have been disastrous for the Matadors, but there are no Gauchos there to clean up that error, because they're a man down. They're playing more defensively.
And, now that the game is tied, I wasn't able to get the exact formation, but they're obviously moving numbers forward, albeit they are midfielders, and there's still only one forward up top. It still is number 11, McKenna, who's tasked with moving the back line of the defense left to right to make holes out there. But it looks like there's 2 true defensemen on the field now for the Gauchos, as the other 2 on the outside have been activated to move forward offensively. And here's one of them standing over the free kick, about 40 yards out on the far side of the field. He puts it high up into the air, hunting for the back post, and no one going up for the ball except for the man in all black. I know we're wearing white for the Matadors, blue for the Gauchos, but the man in black is none other than Adam Hobbs, number 0, goaltender for the Matadors. He got his hands on it, and now it's going up in the air. Segui Levarie flicking it on forward to Tercius. Tercius moving. He's got room, and Beto Velasquez outside. Beto in the box, shooting position, opts to go up in the air, looking for Segui. Still up in the air. One more up in the air. Off the post, and
That's a goal for Segui Levarie. A hat trick in the semifinal. The Matadors lead 3-2.
Where are the tortillas? Tortillas!
The Matadors have used all their tortillas. What the goal? Wow.
The man's on fire. The man is just on fire. And these Matadors, come on. No tortillas? I see white tortillas. There are Gaucho fans showing respect to the hat trick for Segui Levarie. And 3 goals for who is now the goal-scoring leader.
Oh, my goodness. That's
16 goals.
That's now, 16. No, that's, I believe, 15. No,
16.
Oh, my goodness, 16 now. Wow, 31 in his career, and this is only his 2nd season. He's got 1 more left as the junior this year. He'll be a senior next season.
Well, the reign of Segui Levarie does not end tonight, certainly, and it doesn't end this season. Ooh, and more tortillas coming out. I think the Matador fans are asking to borrow some tortillas to show respect to Segui Levarie. As now the play has resumed. Chris Smith getting a diving header on it to stop it from going any further than midfield, but now the Gauchos are feeling the pressure, so they put it on Jome's foot. Jome funnels it on through into the corner onto McKenna. McKenna working one-on-one with Morley, and he finds the trailer. Trailer has a go, and that was number 4, Paul Eamon, who had a strong ripper, and it sailed just wide into the right of the net. And that got UCSB fans on their feet.
Well, it was nearly the equalizing goal again, as the Matadors lead here 3-2. That last goal assisted by Beto Velasquez, as Paul Schonover-Barcher checks back in for the Matadors on defense. Levarie with a hat trick now and 16 goals. By far the leading scorer in the Big West Conference now. Velasquez with a pair of assists now leads the Big West in assists.
There you go. Beto, senior. This will be his last season, and he's going out strong, as he does have the ball right now. Puts it back on through, finding Samayoa. Samayoa forced to spin around off the pressure coming from number 14. No, that's not 14. That is number 12 on that squad. Miller, excuse me. Saperstein has been sat, and it is now in the corner. Rivas will do battle momentarily after fouling. Daniel Welsh. And Welsh, I'm finally saying his name again. It's been a while. He'll get the free kick in his defending corner. He'll put a low ball up in the field. He'll get it as far as number 4 in the center, Paul Eamon, whose touch goes out of bounds. and it will be a throw into the Matadors. Giron will take it, and he's at about midfield as we have substitutions. Brian Berrod checking back into this matchup, and he'll be taking out one of your favorites, Edwin Rivas, who's finally getting a break here in the second half. Looks like Berrod will be lining up on the right wing, flanking Segui Levari. Also flanking Segui Levari, switching on over. Beto Velasquez now on the opposite side of the field than where he began.
And he tried to chip one across the field to Barad. It was sniffed out by Charlie Miller, and the Gauchos have sent it all the way back down to Hobbs. Hobbs' clearance is up to Beto Velasquez, but Daniel Welsh is able to play Velasquez. The Matadors win the ball, and they still got in the offensive zone. Brian Barad, the Matadors with numbers 5-on-4. Barad chips it across. It's caught by McNeely.
McNeely feeling a little pressure as he sees white jerseys run past him. Segui Levari faint step towards him as he was kicking that ball to make him nervous. He still got the ball out and far. Blue jerseys, however, were not able to gain possession of it as Chris Smith comes forward, gets it across the midfield line, on through to Beto, and Beto half steps him, changing speed on number 6, Daniel Welsh, and only got it as far as the top of the box where it's taken away and put back to the goaltender, Josh McNeely. He'll send it high into the sky across midfield. Now we're in the attacking zone for the Gauchos. They have it. Good old Fifi Baden is back, and he'll switch it on to Drew Murphy. Drew Murphy has space. Matadors lagging off of them for some reason. Goes towards the box, and a man goes down in the box. A couple of them, one in blue and the other Patrick Hickman, who has been dubbed the unofficial player of the match defensively for the Matadors, once again with a great defensive play, stopping what could have been dangerous. And Adam Hobbs will get the goal kick as the cross was untouched and went out of bounds past the goal line. Adam Hobbs sending his boys forward, and this play, it has been a night here with 3 minutes and 37 seconds to play.
Well, a final score from the other match, UC Irvine has defeated UC Davis, so that means that the winner from this match will head down to Irvine on Sunday at 2 p.m. for the Big West Conference Championship. The match will not be at Cal State Northridge on Sunday. It would be a 2 p.m. start in Orange County. The winner of this one, either the Gauchos or the Matadors, will take on Irvine at Anteater Stadium.
Ball now to be thrown in just past midfield on the far side. Matadors in possession of it. They try to go over the top, looking for Brian Berrod. Not getting too far. Jome comes back defensively in the help, and he is able to kick it off one of the Matadors. Gaucho are the ones with possession of the ball, as we have a substitute for the Gauchos. Substitute for the Gauchos coming in. Coming out of the match. Oh, it's Daniel Welsh. And a sad look from the goaltender, Josh McNeely, back there as he loses his number 1 on the left-hand side. But checking into this match is number 27. I will grab you his name shortly. He gets his first touch on the ball, and it is a defensive one as he came back to the top of the box to dismount the attack of the Matadors. Now with it, number 7, trying to find a way out of his defensive zone, Drew Murphy. He got it up into the midfield. It comes right back to the center, or back into the defending zone through Fifi Baden, and right back to the man who started the play. He's looking forward once again, trying to find a way to penetrate the CSUN defense, who has clamped down successfully as far as goals are concerned in the last half of this first half. And now it's put through ball to Jome. Jome sends it low. McKenna tried to feint it, send it on through anyway. A couple of bicycle kicks go forward. Whistles are blown. Number 12 was one of the gentlemen who went flying into the air, as was Paul Shona for Bartra. Good play off the bench for... No, that was Beto Velasquez. Excuse me. Beto having a fantastic game tonight, and he's getting it done not only offensively but defensively, as he was able to deny that dangerous play in the box right in front of Adam Hobbs. 1 minute and 12 seconds left to play, and the Matadors here in Gaucho territory, deep, surrounded by blue on all sides, are screaming, "Let's go Matadors," as they can't wait for this minute 13 to pass. And as they were chanting, I got caught up in the excitement a little bit myself, and Adam Hobbs received a yellow card for delay of game, taking over 7 seconds to play the ball. As a goaltender, you only have 7 seconds to get yourself set and kick the ball out on a goal kick, and he lagged a little bit too much for the referee's liking and was received a yellow. Now the play right at midfield. It looked harmless to begin, but a player has gone down. It's a Matador. Another red card being shown. Gauchos are not only seeing a lot of red tortillas tonight, they're seeing red cards all around. And also, speaking of seeing red, number 23, Patrick Hickman, had some stern words for number 7 as he was leaving the field. Drew Murphy is the man who was carded, and he hit up his counterpart, number 7, Beto Velasquez, as they clashed right about midfield on the near side of the field. And when they came together, the unfortunate incident was not in favor of Beto Velasquez. He went down, and he's grabbing the side of his head. He looks a bit like the wind had been knocked out of him. Getting blood back into his dome. He's standing up now. He's walking it off. But now there are only 54 seconds left to play. 3 goals for the boys in white. And, you know, they traditionally wear red, but they're Matadors nonetheless. And UCSB with only 2 goals. And McKenna comes sliding in from behind, taking out Minor Giron. The book is being thrown at him as well. And it is just, it's a library out here. The referee can't find enough good reading for these boys in blue as they continue to beg him for cards. That was a sliding tackle from behind McKenna. I mean, in defense of McKenna, he's trying to get the ball back. He realizes time is of the essence at this point, and he needs to get the ball for his team, because without the ball on their foot, they can't put the ball past Adam Hobbs. As now Jome is able to get the ball. Sliding effort there by Samayoa. No, it's Camacho. Camacho is able to take it away from him. On the far side is Brian Berrad going to work against none other than Fifi Baden. Fifi Baden, he's small, but he's not that small. It went into the corner, and good body position from Brian Berrad was able to keep him off the ball, and Fifi couldn't maneuver around him fast enough to take it. Josh McNeely with the restart, and he'll put it high into the air, trying to find anyone dressed in a Gaucho uniform, and nobody was around. Only White was surrounding that ball as we have the closing seconds of this game. 2-1. Matadors are the victors here tonight, and that will mean one thing and one thing only. They advance to the final, the championship, for the second time in a row, and it has an opportunity. Is it written in the stars for the Matadors? We don't know, but we will find out Sunday, 2 o'clock in Irvine, as Irvine was able to dispatch of Riverside tonight, and it will be the 2 teams, Cal State Northridge and UC Irvine, battling for the supremacy in the Big Western Conference. We, of course, are in the Big Western Tournament, and tonight's matchup between the Matadors and the Gauchos ended in favor of the Matadors, score being 2-3 in favor of CSUN. And man, what a game. At times, Kevin was speechless. At other times, I was speechless. I was standing, sitting. It was a game to behold, and I'm glad to see that there were some Matadors here tonight at Harder Stadium to support the boys as they were able to get the victory, battling through adversity, getting a PK, first going up by 1 goal off of the head from Segui Levari, then having to work back after 2 consecutive goals were scored by the foot of Jome, crossing it into the center and able to find Caceres, who was later injured on a play and had to leave the matchup. It into the box, starting it from the corner. Beto played it short to Tercius. Tercius was able to meg his defender, slipping it past him and able to battle through the second one into the box. He was taken down, and the penalty kick was awarded to Segui Levari. And Segui made quick work of that to get his 15th goal of the year. And finally, when it was tied at 2-2, a red card came out. Actually, the red card came out when UC Santa Barbara was down a goal, tied the game up, and then Segui Levari once again receiving the glorious pass from Beto Velasquez, perfectly timed and placed right to the Segui dome, and he had won it. That was the 3rd goal of the match, and he put it in. Excellent work by Segui Levari to get his 16th of the season, and it is now leading the division in goals at 16, and as Kevin mentioned, he still has a season to play. But I am James Jewett, Kevin Strauss. We are on the Matadors Radio Network. I hope everyone enjoyed that game just as much as we did, and we will be back Sunday at 2 o'clock from UC Irvine to give you the championship game for the Big West Tournament. And that's all from UC Santa Barbara at Harder Field. We're in soccer heaven tonight, but it doesn't feel that way for the Gauchos. It does for the Matadors. We'll see you Sunday, everybody. Good night.